2 minutes or so. I think it's like 6:48 right now. Or
yeah, 2 minutes. Yep.
A lot of seniors on that Woodstock team.
They sure do.
I figured Benny was their coach as well. He's just the AD here. Does he coach anything here, or just AD? Is he just the AD?
Yep. Yeah.
What was the little scrimmage thing you guys were talking about beforehand? Some preseason, like...
Yeah, at Stevens, we're going to do it's like a 10-team scrimmage, try to help them raise some money so they keep their program. Because we were going to do one at Fall Mountain, and Woodstock was going to come. Brooks is a great guy.
That's their coach here?
Yeah, and, so we kind of going to go to Stevens to Matt Dancos, who's the coach there, is a super nice guy, works really hard. He's busted his butt to keep that program where it is. And
this is a pretty good program. I haven't followed them I haven't seen it. What's that?
That's Snake.
Yeah. But it's their gym is always a neat place to play.
I hate it. We stink there.
Yeah. I always hated your gym, Bells Falls. I could never shoot there. The depth perception was just so bad. I was like shooting at the Den in Walpole. Soft rims, man. There's a big scorer this year. St. Pierre's back, right? It was him and Willett last year that were your top two.
Yeah,
Hearn will step up.
Hearn will be good. Dozier's better. Town will be good.
Yeah.
But Lyman's really come around, so, we'll be...
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, St. Pierre had a good year for you last year, so that'll be nice having him back. Ready to go? All right, and here we are at James T. McLaughlin Stadium in Woodstock, Vermont. Welcome to Fact TV's coverage of Vermont high school football. Tonight, live from Woodstock Union High School, we bring you this big Division III matchup between the 7-0 first-seeded Terriers and the 6-1 second-seeded Division III defending champion Woodstock. As a reminder, Fact TV is open to the community. If you're interested in producing your own show or in need of equipment for a live event, Fact TV is ready to assist. I'm Joe Brooks, along with Nate Haskell, bringing you the call tonight. But I'd also like to shout out to Will Semino of Tech Gym Sports for his wonderful camera work and his role in bringing you tonight's game. Nate, let's get right into what we've got for a big matchup tonight. What are you looking for?
Yeah, Joe, we talked about it before we came on the air today. Third week in a row, third road game, third senior night. We just saw that Woodstock has a ton of seniors out there.
Yeah.
underdogs, Division III defending champions, underdogs on their own field. They're going to be ready. They're going to be hungry. They're going to want an opportunity to take these Terriers down and show everybody they're for real. You and I have watched plenty of film on these guys and plenty of speed. Quarterback Oates has a good arm. Emery and O'Neill out of the backfield. They can motion guys. They can move guys. The jet sweep stuff. They run all kinds of different kind of actions to get some misdirection for the Bells Falls defense to shift around some tonight. So I think the Wasps are going to be hungry to come out and see what they can do against this Terriers team.
Yeah, I mean, we look at Bells Falls, they got the top scoring offensive points per game in Division III, Woodstock second. And then it's pretty far difference between after that. I've seen a lot of the highlights and a lot of stuff on Woodstock. It looks like Oates has thrown for about 1,000 yards this season, has about 9 or 10 touchdowns. Emery, O'Neill, Blackburn look like explosive players. They got a tight end there, number 30, scored a few touchdowns for them. I can't remember his name at the moment. Another senior, good player. So you're right.
Yeah, McGafkin and Laramie, the two receivers for these guys, do a nice job.
Yep. So we're going to be looking at that tonight, and then we got Bells Falls coming in here 7-0. We got the dynamic duo of Bazin and Connors again, and it's been pretty terrific for what they've done this season. It starts with the offensive line, of course, and Leasai's leadership. Expecting more of the same tonight?
Yeah, of course. We know what this Terrier team's going to do. When I reached out to the Woodstock and talked to athletic director Benny, who's been outstanding, worked with him at Fall Mountain.
Right.
Unbelievably great guy. It's every other game plan. We've done this for 8 weeks now, and every single week we talk about what can you do to stop that dynamic duel in the backfield. And with what we've seen, we've been here for an hour or so blowing on our hands. It's a little cool tonight up here in Woodstock, and I think it's just going to be that same MO. Can the Terriers do what they do with the big guys up front? And that's how it goes, right?
Absolutely. And defensively, I think we're going to be, it's something we've talked about a lot this year, is the pass defense has been much improved. And essentially they've been tackling at the point of reception when they do give up the play. That's going to be key tonight. A lot of what I've seen on Woodstock film, they turn short passes into big plays. Emery, O'Neill, Blackburn, McGaffigan, they take it and they run. He gets them in space, he gets them in stride, throws a nice ball, and they just take off. The critical point of making the tackle, we've seen Reed Hill improve in that asset. We've seen Saul James. Jaden Bazin's been terrific back there. So I'm looking for more of the same out of that. I'm sure it was an emphasis by the coaches this week.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And again, the penalty situation, the turnover thing, all the little things, these are little intangibles, that we've seen the Terriers get better with all year. Continue to get better.
All right, and we're going to pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Yeah, Joe, looks like the Terriers are going to receive the kickoff. The Wasps won the toss and deferred. This is the 8th game. We've been around this year. We haven't called all these games, but I'm not sure the Terriers received the ball maybe once all season long.
And I'm curious to see the strategy here. Last few weeks we've seen teams have picked their poison, kicking away from Bazin, going to Connors. Strategically, we've seen even a couple to the upmen, and Briar Barnett's made a couple of plays in the return game. So I'm curious where Woodstock will go strategically here and what they'll be looking to do.
Yeah, this is, just like, it seems to be, like you said, common for teams to just not kick it. This will be your, this could be your squib thing. But again, Briar Barnett, as you mentioned, made some plays. Harper's made some plays in there. This is an opportunity. Looks like tonight they made an adjustment. So we had Bazin as an up man. With looks like Connors and maybe Goyette back deep. I can't tell on the other side there, Joe.
It does look like, it's 19. That's
Davignon.
Yeah, Brody Davignon is back deep. So you're right. They got kind of Bazin in the middle location there. It's a different strategy.
Which again could be something that Lockerbie and Stu D and Lorendo and the coaching staff saw on film this week, that maybe they like to kick it in that pooch area right towards the middle, about the 20-yard line.
And it certainly makes them think about what they might have been doing now. And Emery's booting it off, and pretty much right there, that's a pooch kick. It's going to get all the way down to the end zone for a touchback. So they do effectively keep it out of Bazin's hands there by trying to pooch it. And so it'll be a touchback. Terriers to take off the ball. Terriers will start with the offense out there. Starting offense for the Terriers, you've got from left to right on the offensive line, Cam Perry, Ben Rumrell, Stevie Jocelyn, Brockton Lovell, and Rylan Ernst. Tight end Jacob Tostrup, wide receiver Andrew Goyette. In the backfield, you've got Declan Lisa, with fullback Stephen James, tailback Jaden Bazin, and the slot backs Pat Connors behind him. 1st and 10 out here for the 20-yard line, Nate. Lisa under center for the Terriers. Traditional formation with Bazin and James directly behind him. And that's going to come this way to Bazin. Bazin, oh my gosh, right through that hole, right off the right guard, right tackle hole there again. And it looks like we have an immediate house call for Jaden Bazin.
This is unbelievable.
I mean, that's the 5th, 6th, 70-yard touchdown we've seen from this kid right there. Nice
to start the game.
What a hole opened up on the right side there by Ernst and Lovell to just spring him free, and then it was just Bazin the rest of the way.
That off tackle to the right side, 44 or 42, whatever they've been calling for the past 3 weeks, has just been crushing teams. Going back to that Linden game when there wasn't a lot of big plays for Bazin, but this is maybe the 5th game of the season that they've run that off tackle play right to that right side. And Bazin just takes it to the house, virtually untouched.
He gets to that second line, and then he just turns the corner. But he's through that line clean every time. You can't give enough credit to what this offensive line does to get these guys to that second unit. And on the 2-point conversion play, Pat Connors will take, almost looked like a direct snap there, but I'm not 100% sure. Took a two-point conversion in. So 8-0 Terriers real quick, 12 seconds in.
Yeah, no, that we now know how long it takes Bazin to go 80 yards, right?
Yeah, and that was an 80-yard touchdown run. We saw 90 last week, 70 last week.
Yeah, it's incredible. As you provide us with these stats every single week, which is outstanding, Joe. Now approaching that 1,300 yards, right? I mean, this kid is
22 touchdowns. It's seventh game of the season.
Another one, right?
Like, I mean, it's three touchdowns a game, Nate. It's 200 yards a game, 3 touchdowns. Those are just wild numbers.
And it's built, and it's all built by the team. Right. Every single kid, every single one of these guys, the linemen, incredible. Again, the whole. I mean, you just had 80. You take 12 seconds off the clock, 80 yards. You don't even have a grass stain yet.
Right. And you see the kid go 80 yards, and you did your job as an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And they take pride. They take pride in that fact.
Yeah.
And so it's Stevie Jocelyn here ready to kick off for the Terriers. Been a nice weapon on the kicking game for the Terriers, whether he's kicking it deep or pooching it. Here he's going to play it up to the front. That was actually touched by a wasp, so they're going to have to recover that ball. So another great job by Jocelyn. That was his absolute directional kick. He kicked right to the up man. The up man had a little trouble with it, and in the end, they end up recovering it. But it was a live ball for a minute there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah. We think the Wasp will come out here, with the Oates in the shotgun, and these guys he can sling it around, especially if he has time. This is, I think, what's going to be the key for Woodstock tonight is the fact that can they give Oates the time he needs back there? Can he get out of the pocket? We saw the quarterback from Mount Mansfield last week. Nice job getting out of the pocket. Throw the ball away. Don't take sacks and lose yardage.
And Oates is going to be right under center on the first play. That's going to be stopped right in the middle. It's Stephen James and Pat Connors Little tackle, getting O'Neal. The starting defensive lineup for the Terriers. Connor Perry's at the end. Stevie Josling's at the nose tackle. Brockton Level's the other end. Connors and Tostrup outside with Barnett and Stephen James in the middle. Reed Hill and Goyette on the outside. Jaden Basin and Saul James starting in the secondary. Great start right there.
That's a big hit. We got this nice little setup again thanks to Will and TG Sports Tech Gym. These guys are awesome. We got this nice little setup back here. And see that hit that was just delivered at the line of scrimmage was big.
And here's Oates rolling out. Little quick pass. He's got O'Neal, I believe, streaking down the right sideline. Going to be met by Basin and pushed out of bounds here at the 30-yard line. Looked like the defender for the Terriers slipped on that play here. We'll look to see if that was the confirmation, but looked like someone slipped there, but rolled right out and Brian Barnett on the tackle for the Terriers. But yeah, nice little rollout by Oates there and slings it to O'Neal and gets downfield.
Yeah, Oates, big kid, gets out of the pocket again. Nice little play. But I think you're right. The linebacker for the Terriers maybe slipped on that play. But again, nice roll up, good speed.
Nice play right there.
Speed.
So first and 10 here at the
by
30-yard
O'Neal to
line.
get down the sideline.
Absolutely, first and 10. It's going to be a jet sweep over here to Asher Emery. Emery's going to be tackled here on this sideline by Reed Hill. It's going to be awful close to another first down for the Wasps. He is first down as the ball moves. As they move the chains down here, he's going to be marked out at about the 17-yard line here. So we got first and 10 on the 17 for the Wasps. So we knew this beforehand, mate. Quick offenses.
Yeah, some motion stuff, some jet sweep, reverse it back to the other side, get some extra blockers out there. Woodstock is, undersized compared to the Terriers, but, speed matters, and you can't teach that. If the Wasps can continue to get outside, it's going to be trial Terriers all night long.
And it's going to be a pitch out here to Blackburn. It's going to be tripped up in the backfield. Great play by Saul James in the backfield there. Looks like he's going to lose a yard or get back to the line of scrimmage. No, actually, they're going to give him a yard gain on that one.
Yeah, Saul, the nice play right there.
Absolutely.
Again, that tackling and that. But, good play calling by the, Woodstock right out of the gate here. But we knew it was coming.
Yep, they're getting their playmakers involved.
Yeah, they got some good speed, talented players. You're not defending D3 champs and 6-1 for no reason.
Exactly.
These guys know how to coach. Ramsey Worrell's been here a long time, doing a great job.
Only loss is to Division II U32. Going to have a false start on the Wasps, and we've seen that hurt teams in the past against the Terriers.
Yeah, one of those things we've kind of seen all year, Joe, either side of the ball, right?
Yep.
Terriers have some penalties, cost themselves some yardage. Terriers have some penalties, cost themselves a touchdown. Obviously hasn't hurt them being 7-0.
Right.
But the down and distance thing we've talked about since week one really can matter in situations where you force teams to have to pass the ball.
Absolutely.
Connor Perry and Brockton Level and Ernst and Connors, if it's a blitz, getting pressure on the quarterback will matter.
2nd and 14 here for the Woodstock Wasps. We got Oates under center. He's rolling out left here. He's got Emery in the flat. Emery's going to break a tackle and get down about the 6-yard line where Brian Barnett makes the touchdown-saving tackle there. Emery broke a tackle right here in front of us and then sprung free for about another 10 yards.
Tackle was made by number 33.
Holding his arm a little bit there, so
those are one of those ones that we've talked about lately. You can't miss those kind of tackles if you're BF. A 3-yard play is a 3-yard play.
Yeah, you can't let it be 12, which just became.
A 3-yard pass is a 20-yard, first down, first and goal. So
first and goal from about that 6.
Looking to answer back here.
Yeah, Woodstock, they have these weapons, and they've certainly got them all involved here on the first drive. We got Oates under center, sends Blackburn in motion. It's going to be a sweep to Blackburn out there on the side. He's going to be met right on the goal line, and he's going to be in. So Woodstock answers pretty quickly with a Blackburn jet sweep. We saw a lot of misdirection on the sweeps, couple passes, so kind of opened the toolbox right there.
Yeah, we've seen, since the Fairhaven game when they were the first team to score on BF in the first half that, Linden took a lead. Woodstock answers right back right here.
Yep.
It's what can you do with it now, right? Can you take this momentum to the defensive side and make a stop?
Right.
It's all about how you channel the emotion of this sometimes because we knew Woodstock was going to be fired up. They should be. We saw
Senior night.
10, 12 seniors out there.
Defending state champions.
Defended champs on your home field and people tell you can't win. This is what you get. Good drive for Woodstock.
Absolutely.
Right there.
And the 2-point conversion is going to be caught by number 30, Laramie. So we're going to be looking at an 8-8 score here. Impressive drive by Woodstock. You're right there, Matt. We've seen this before where teams have come out and scored immediately on Terriers, and then they make some adjustments, and they're able to come up with a couple of stops. So we'll see what's happening with the Terriers in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't foresee that this will be any different than the last one. You know, they may try Connors here again.
Yep.
You got the duo in the backfield that can consistently get things done. Again, what can Woodstock do? Right. This is about them at this point. They know that Bells Falls is a very potent offense. You know, second most points in the state behind Hartford.
Absolutely.
Woodstock can also put the points up. Can you do it on the other side? You know, and this is where the key to this game is going to come from. Is can you tackle? Can you make the plays? Can you keep BF at? Can you keep Bells Falls in that 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 14? If you get a sack, that down in distance will matter. But again, you know, can Bells Falls impose their will? You know, week after week we say, hey, this could be a tough game. This could be a tough game. Next thing you know, we're packing up in the 3rd quarter because it's 48-8.
Right.
So
we'll see what kind of answer the Terriers have. Potent offense is always here. Emory will kick off for the Wasps. Same formation as last time, so we'll see if it's the same strategy for the Wasps here. Kind of pooch it and try to keep it away from the return men. That's going to be right off of the up man, number 5. That was right off the up man, number 5, Jacob Kissel. So onside kick recovery by Woodstock. That's the type of play you kind of need to make when you're looking for some momentum on your side.
I don't think that was necessarily planned, but
no, I'm not sure it was either.
It was a line drive boot. Yeah, Kissel not ready for that backing up. And again, I don't think that anybody was expecting that. You know, now that they've seen it, they'll make an adjustment to it. But hey, it worked, right? So Woodstock gets the ball back, but you know they didn't have to go on defense to make any tackles.
That's right. They get the ball back right around there.
This benefits them. And again, maybe you steal the momentum a little bit here, right?
Absolutely.
Especially if it's a quick touchdown, you get a pass, you can complete something, or you know you break something down the sideline here. This could be a change of momentum.
You take over about midfield here. Oates looking to throw the ball. He's got Emory deep. He's got Emory complete again. That's about a 23-yard gain over the top of Jaden Basin there. Another nice throw by Oates.
Yeah, you could kind of sense that. You know, go for the dagger right after that. Right, nice little pass over the top right there. Terriers need to settle down. You know, control their emotion. Right.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, we've seen this kind of stuff before. People get up for us every single week because we're the best team.
Absolutely.
You know, Woodstock's not going to let that just go easy today. Right. They're here to play too. So. Well, this is exciting. To start a football game on a Friday night, Joe.
And you know the Terriers are looking to make a play here on defense. Going to change the momentum a little bit. It's going to be a handoff to O'Neill. We got a late flag here in the backfield. We'll see what the call is, but we got a late flag at the backfield. The run was 9 yards if it stands.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a personal foul on Bells Falls.
You're absolutely right, Nate. So that's a killer one right there.
Yeah, we're a little closer than normal, especially at Bells Falls. We're way up on the hill. You know, great spot here tonight. But yeah, I got a little shot to the head. I think in the back of one of the linemen for the Wasps from the Terriers. Unnecessary right there in the middle of the line.
Killer penalty, takes the ball down. Looks like about the 11-yard line. Looks like there's about enough room to get a first down over there before the goal line. So not quite first and goal, but not really a full 11 yards either. You got Oates under center here. He hands off to Emory, who breaks a couple tackles.
That's a great run.
Absolutely tough run, and something you don't see a lot, breaking through that defensive line of the Terriers and breaking tackles.
Yeah, the misdirection, and that was a great handoff. I think it came with the back left-handed handoff right there by Oates, which is a nice play. But you know, the Terriers, you know, giving up the misdirection, it, again, causes problems for them. It has the last few weeks. And,
yep, you're right.
I think, you know, Stooley will have to make some adjustments depending on what happens right here.
And Woodstock looking at about 2nd and 5 here. Certainly trying to put another 6 on the board. Oates under center for the Wasps. Emory in motion. Give you a quick handoff to O'Neill. O'Neill's met in the backfield by Pat Connors. Still falls forward a little bit. Let's see where they mark that ball.
Yeah, Woodstock's still got a first down. Awful close to a first down there, Joe.
Yeah, I didn't think he quite got that far down, but now about 3rd and 1. Looks like they have a full yard or two to go from there. So Terriers could really use one of those big plays right here now. There's been a lot of motion out of the Wasps, a lot of passing, so a lot of quick a lot of quick stuff.
Yeah, and Oates here coming under center. This could also be one of those. Hey, we've seen the tush push out of our guy.
Absolutely.
Leaside all year long. We'll toss it out to the right.
Pitch out here to number 9. That's Jack Blackburn, number 8, his second score of the game for the Wasps. So Woodstock's out to a quick start here, Nate. Up 14-8. Yeah. 6 minutes, 53 seconds to go here.
That's already the 3rd touchdown of the game, Joe.
Point after is still to come. Yeah, you're right. 3rd touchdown of the game. That's some fast, furious action so far.
Yeah, and I think you'll definitely see that the Terriers will make an adjustment on that kickoff thing, as he's kicked both of those kind of line drives right down the middle of the field. So make an adjustment, come back, and make a play.
It's on the 2-point try, knocked down by Connors, so they stop the 2-point try. 14-8 is the current situation. 6 minutes 53 to go here. Terriers looking for an answer. Great, whether it was by accident or not, great situational play by the Woodstock Wasps. Even if it was by mistake, to be heads up and recover it, a really good play. So it certainly puts the Terriers in a situation they've been a little bit the last couple weeks, but now it's up to them to respond, Nate.
Yeah, I think you'll see it here again. Terriers get their offense out on the field. It's devastating. But hey, Woodstock showed up today. There's no. They're relentless. We're right behind their sideline over here. These guys are fired up. These guys are ready to play. And, we don't see a lot from that Terrier sideline. Also, haven't had trailed a lot this year either. But
and we did see it last week in the Mount Mansfield game. That first quarter after the bus ride was a little sluggish, and again, it was Basin broke a big one off, and then they didn't really score again, and so you kind of wonder if they're a little rusty coming out of the bus again, or. I fully expect a nice response here from the Terriers, and the coaching staff has got them fired up over there.
Yeah, and again, I mentioned Ramsey Worrell, been here for a long time with Woodstock. He does a great job, so they're ready. These guys are prepared.
Well, it's going to be another pooch kick. It's going to be Davignon who picks it up for the Terriers. Makes a nice return out to about the 26, 27-yard line.
Looks like he's up around the 35 or so.
35, yeah. Yep. You're right. I missed it by 10 yards or so.
Tackle was made by number 6.
So nice little return there by Davignon after initially kind of fumbling it. Picks up about 20 yards on the return.
Yeah, good job. This puts Terriers right in decent field position. We don't expect much more than, Connors and Bazin right here anyways with, James leading blocking and Tostrup on the end with the big hogs up front. And, but they need to answer.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Leaside under center. Traditional lineup for the Terriers here. The power I formation with Connors offset. That's going to be a fumble. They lose the snap.
Ball is loose.
And I'm waiting for a signal. And the Terriers recover the ball. So that was something that we haven't really seen this year. I think that's the first time I've seen a mishandled snap between these two, between Jocelyn and Lisa. It's been clean all year, and one of the toughest things to consistently do. But that one hurts.
Yeah, this is what Woodstock is looking for, right? So now you're 2nd and 11. You got to make a tackle here, and you're 3rd and 10, and that's what they're looking for.
So Lisa under center here, 2nd and 11 for the Terriers. Power I right formation. Clean snap this time. Connors takes it right up the middle, and he is through everybody. Off to the races here for Pat Connors. He's down to the 10, chased by number 5 of the Wasp. He's not going to be caught. And there's a 66-yard touchdown run by Connors. So we're seeing the explosiveness of both teams right now, Nate. This is going to be a fun game, I think.
Joe, this is not, I don't think what anybody expected. 6 minutes in, and we got a 14-14 game. Terriers have run 3 plays, 1 fumble and two house calls.
Yep.
And
it's 140 yards between Bazin and Connors already on 2 carries.
And this is where now, Coach Dooley, Coach Lorenzo, Coach Burke, with Sean, who we got a chance to talk
Direct
to
snap
before.
to Bazin on the 2-point try.
He's in.
Waiting for the signal. Signal says good. So 16-14 on the direct snap. So they take the lead here with 5 minutes 54 seconds to go. As you were saying, mate.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to Sean Burke down here before the game, and this is where now on the headset you're talking to Coach Lorendo, Coach Dooley, Coach Lockerbie, like what are the adjustments we need to make? These guys are getting too many yards on the outside. Do you move your outside linebackers out? Do you crunch the line of scrimmage a little bit?
Yeah.
Although we did see a great pass by Oates over the middle that was 20-yard gain on first down last time. So. These are adjustments that Bells Falls is going to have to make now, to weather this kind of quick little onslaught. But the Woodstock offense looks sharp again.
Absolutely, they do. It's been the same. You watch a lot of their games because most of them are available through the Huddle website or even YouTube from some of the games, or even through the Woodstock Community Television. It's the same thing. They have this motion. They run these jet sweeps with Emory and Blackburn, and they've been quite successful this season with it. Looks like for the Wasps, we have Emory and Blackburn back deep. Joslin with a nice boot. Caught by Blackburn back there. It looks like he gets out to about the 40-yard line there. This Blackburn's had a nice first half for the Wasps. Couple touchdown runs and nice little return there.
Made by number 19,
Woodstock teams, I think as much film as we've watched and things that we've seen this year, I think being here at the field, Joe, this Woodstock team's a little faster than I even anticipated.
Yep, and you can tell they're well coached because they're very disciplined. They know what they're trying to do out there. It's a very well-run program. It's been successful the last couple of years because of such.
Yeah.
I don't know. You mentioned the coach has been here a long time.
Yeah, Ramsey, great guy. He's been here for a while and has done a great job with this
That's
program.
going to be a deep ball. Goyette with a great coverage there to knock that one away on number 15, McGaffigan. Terrific coverage by Goyette. We've seen that a lot this year.
Yeah, he's really done a good job with those solo one-on-ones, especially down the sideline like that. We saw Mount Mansfield last week. Great position. Kid jumped over and made a really nice catch. But that's good positioning. Good job.
In this case, he used the sideline as an extra defender, kind of without pushing him, but using the way he ran the route with the guy. He kind of forced him towards that sideline, which makes it an even tougher catch.
Oates with a big arm down the sideline right there.
Absolutely. Those are a nice ball too.
Yeah, that's a very nice pass. The kid's got a good arm. This is where, that kind of situation where the Terriers got to get that pressure up front, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Bend your ears back a little bit.
Going to be a quick handoff to Blackburn. Blackburn's going to be met this time in the backfield by the Terriers. We see a flag down here, so I'm not sure what we've got going on.
The backfield was Jake Blackburn. There is a penalty flag on the
looks like it was Connors back there on the tackle.
Yeah, I think you're going to get maybe a face mask on Bells Falls.
Looks like you're right, Nate.
And that call is a personal
So the first negative play that the Terriers forced is negated by a horse collar tackle. So a little momentum there. Quickly, that's the second personal foul against the Terriers here in the first quarter, and those ones are killer.
They are, and I missed that. Even though again we got this great replay set up right there. I kind of missed that.
A lot of bodies around
where that horse collar came in. I think that was more of a face mask, but being in that part of the backfield, it's awful hard to make a horse collar tackle. So if that was the call, I certainly wouldn't agree with it. Face mask maybe, but in that position and spot on the field, the horse collar tackle is awful hard to make.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 now for the Wasps after the penalty. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to O'Neill. O'Neill's met by Jaws 57. Ryan Ernst there on the tackle there for the Terriers.
Yeah, Stephen James at the bottom
Stephen
of the pile.
James and Ernst there filling in nicely to get the quick tackle there. Picked up 3 yards there, so 2nd and 7 or so here for the Wasps. Down under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pace has slowed down just a little bit here.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. I feel like we've been out here for 45 minutes.
Absolutely.
Joe. This game is crazy.
Oates under center for the Wasps. Going to be a quick handoff again to the outside. This is Blackburn again. He's going to pick up a couple yards.
Jake Blackburn around the outside.
Going to move up a third and 4 here for the Wasps.
That'll bring up third and short.
Yeah, I don't know who the Terriers have as an outside linebacker on that side. We'll have to pick it up here in the next couple of plays, but he's got to get outside and stretch that and push it upfield a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
We've seen Jake Tostrup a lot of times this year as the outside backer get upfield and force those guys back inside,
Right.
and that's something they're going to have to do to be successful against this team because they're fast.
Yep, and they want to get to the edge.
You've got to force the edge.
And Woodstock wants to get to the edge, so it's definitely a battle of stopping that edge right at this point.
That's what you're
that's
looking
a
for
big,
right there.
big tackle right there. That's Rylan Ernst coming up with a big hit there to fill the hole for the Terriers. That's absolutely a play they needed to make.
And right here, as we can see this right here, good pressure up front.
Yep.
But Connors gets in there, forces him back inside, doesn't allow him to bounce
Absolutely. And then Ernst just swallowed him up right there and knocked him down to force I think they lost a yard there. I think we get a 4th and 4 now. So 4th and 4 for the Woodstock Wasps and about the 47-yard line.
Play clock's got to be getting at here, Joe.
It's going to be a pass here by Oates, and that's going to be incomplete, I believe. Yep,
they had the right play call though.
Just a nice play. Little short hop there.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we're starting to get some sprinkles here at the field.
Yeah, a little bit.
Looks like in the way that these kickoffs have come to, Joe, that the ball's skipping pretty good. So that grass appears to be a little bit wet, maybe from some dew. Anyways.
Yeah, we saw a Terrier slip on coverage a little bit ago. So Terriers take over 1st and 10 on about the 46-yard line here of their own side.
And we'll see what happens here. This will be a heavy dose of Bazin and Connors.
Absolutely.
Woodstock defense still looking for the first tackle of the game, Joe.
You're right. And the Terriers just looking to keep playing some clean offense here. Lisa is going to hand that off to Connors. Connors is going to take it right up the middle. It looks like he got 4 or 5 yards there on that play right up the middle. So there's that tackle you talked about, Nate.
Yeah. Good for Woodstock off the schneid with the tackling on the defensive side of the ball. Which, but that's a healthy run. Right there. That's splitting it. You're down a distance is a great spot right now for the Terriers. Which
there's no football coach in the world that won't take 5 yards on first down.
We haven't seen number 3 since the first carry of the game. I'm willing to bet you that we see him right here.
Lisa under center, 2nd and 5. Right on midfield for the Terriers. Nate, you're absolutely correct on the call there. Bazin off the left tackle there. Picks up a yard or two maybe. Gets it down to a manageable 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 for the Terriers here.
Yeah, which is what they like, right?
Absolutely.
This is now this is the time where you have the option of either one of those two guys back there. What do we want to do? Do we want to go off tackle? Do we want to send Connors in motion and Bazin that way?
Yep.
We want to just give it to Connors. We see Connors in the slot here. This sometimes means he's going to go in motion, or maybe a toss sweep to Bazin on this side.
Yep. You never know. We haven't seen that Connors kind of off tackle jet sweep play there. Looks like they're going to run him out there to block for Bazin. Bazin's going to fall forward. I don't think he's going to quite be there.
Looks like on the side judge over there.
He is short of the first down.
Going to be awful close. So 4th and 1 for the Terriers. Good second effort by Bazin, though, to pick up two yards there.
Yeah, I mean, again, we were caught up with this. Again, I can't say it enough with Will setting us up here with this great screen in front of us with these replays. I don't love the spot right there, Joe. I feel like they pushed that pile a little bit more. And, I thought that side judge was a little further ahead, but more towards the down marker or more towards the chains there. And
Bazin definitely pushed forward. So big 4th and 1 here for the Terriers after they just come up with a stop. It's going to be a pitch out here to Bazin. Bazin got a full head of steam. Big stiff arm to get the corner, and I believe he's going to be well past the first down.
Yeah,
picked up 8-9 yards on that.
I think we're going to get a hold on Rylan Ernst on Bells Falls.
Oh, the Terriers, three first quarter penalties have been costly.
Yeah, especially in this situation. We've talked about this some too. If you're already away from the play, there's no need to touch anybody.
Right.
If the Basin's got the corner. If you're 7 yards in on the interior of the field, there's no reason to make a hold. There's no reason to touch anyone.
Right.
You've established the fact that you've got the corner and got me outside. So you've got to be smarter with those plays. And again, hasn't happened a ton this year. This offensive line is outstanding. Ernst's name we say a lot, but not enough. Right. The kid's done a great job. But those are the plays you can't have.
Yep, takes the first down off the board, so the Terriers are going to be forced to punt now.
Yeah, 4th and 10. You're at that midfield range. You go on 2 and try to see if you get 5 back here.
Jaden Harper back to kick for the Terriers. End over end boot down to Emery. Emery manages to pick it up off the couple bounces there. He's got a little head of steam in the corner, but Pat Connors makes a tackle about the 21, 22-yard line there. Nice return by Emery. Ball's a little slippery there, and he made a nice little grab with one hand. So 1st and 10, about the 22-yard line for the Woodstock Wasps here.
So Terriers with a punt, change of field position. 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Joe. I think I need a drink. This has gone quick. This is the fast
pace has settled down a little bit, though.
But just fast pace. Both teams now have settled in, right? We talked about that wave of emotion. Again, how hard it is for the Terriers to come here as in this type of atmosphere with an opportunity for an undefeated season, and Woodstock doesn't want that to happen on their field.
Absolutely not.
But 3rd senior game in a row on the road again. These road trips aren't that short either, right? So
this is the shortest one. We got Emery out here on the jet sweep for the Wasps. He misses a missed tackle there. Going to be tackled from behind by Brian Barnett at about the 40-yard line. That's about a 40-yard run for Emery. Someone missed a tackle there for the Terriers, or slipped and fell in the backfield there. Someone goes to wrap up there and doesn't quite get the wrap up.
Yeah, Saul James with the missed tackle. Good little stiff arm right there.
Yep, good stiff, great stiff arm.
Nice little run. It's going to run us down to the end of the first quarter here, so catch your breath.
Absolutely. It was a quick first quarter. A lot of offense, a lot of exciting plays. All the big play players from both teams are making plays, Nate.
Yeah, that last play.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates.
Now get some rain dumping down here. Wasps right up the middle. Very nice.
Yep.
Again.
Quickly out here on the second.
7-8 yards here, it looks like, right up the middle.
This Woodstock team might be the quickest one we've seen so far as just overall skill players out there.
Yeah, right. Like I said, the speed in general from all these different backs and the motion. That's one of the things over the course of the year that seemed to creep up on the Terriers a little bit. That misdirection, the motion's going one way, going back the other way. The motion with the handoff or the run up the middle or cutting to the backside for an off tackle or counter play, and that's where Steely's got to make an adjustment over there.
It's under center, 2nd and 5 here for the Wasps. Going to be a quick handoff to O'Neill. Oh, someone shot the gap real quickly there. That's it's number 30, Connor Perry, shooting the gap for the Terriers, making that quick tackle. Maybe no gain, maybe a short yard there, but Connor Perry shot the gap. First time we've called his name tonight. He's made a lot of those plays this season.
He has, and this is one of those adjustments maybe that they're making, right? So that we've seen, where it's Big Steve Joslin or Ernst or Lovell at that down tackle nose position, and sometimes they'll put Perry there to disrupt it with that speed.
Yep. So Oates under center, 3rd and 5 or so for the Wasps. He's going to look to throw the ball. He's got Emery streaking down the field, just wide open right there, and that's just a little too easy. Just snuck past everybody there, and Emery's such a weapon. You got to be focused on him here. And little play action pass for the Terriers, and just quick release, and Oates throws a nice ball.
Yeah, it looked like a blitz from Stephen James on that. Tried to get some pressure on the quarterback. I don't know who on the backside of that didn't make their read. If that was supposed to be, Reed Hill coming from the other side, or Saul James dropping back for that in that area of the field. But wide open, nice catch in the rain, and
fingertip catch.
And the Terriers are.
They're in for a fight tonight, it seems like. Woodstock has not come to lay down, that's for sure. So the 2-point conversion try for the Wasp. It's going to be Emery on the jet sweep out there, and he's going to get in for 2. Push the lead to 22-16. So we've seen Emery now make a couple of plays. We've seen Blackburn make a couple of plays. So like the big players are showing up here for the Wasps. And Oates is a senior, Emery's a senior, so it's a big night for them.
Yeah, and to that point, as we've mentioned that a few times as well, this is a big game for the Terriers. Chance to go undefeated, a chance at the number 1 seed, a chance to flex your muscle, a chance to show, hey, we are that team, we are that good, and hey.
They've got to clean up the penalties just a little bit here. I mean, the 3 penalties have definitely hurt.
They're not always easy. No. But this is where you got to dig in. You got to fight. What kind of adversity do you have? From minute 1 of day 1, from quarter 1, we've talked about Lisai, Tostrup, Joslin, Patty Connors. There's never been a better leader that I've been around in my 15 years of coaching than Pat Connors. You're going to need it today.
Right. They're going to need everything out of everybody today, and that's a good thing. You want to play games like this. So Woodstock looking to kick off here. It'll be Emery. Looks like Bazin's still kind of in that up man position. Kind of shaded over to one side now.
Well, I think, but after that onside, non-onside here, look at this hands team for the Terriers. Yeah. Everybody's ready. James, Kissel, everybody's got their hands ready this time. Isnell.
Another one gets down. I think we've got a whistle here.
You got a false start.
We have a false start on the Wasps. So I'll push it back 5 yards, and we'll try that again.
Penalty flag on the field.
But yeah, you're right. They definitely have brought Stephen James, Jacob Kissel, Colton Colburn, and Connor Perry all to that front line. These are all guys that handle the ball on the offensive side of the ball. So even Tostrup and Harper are back there. So yeah, it's a full lineup of hands guys out there at this time.
Woodstock will re-kick from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think was that maybe Tostrup who stuck his hands down on that last one. It's wet. These guys also have got to understand. Harper, Tostrup, and these guys in the row up or the row in front. Like, we haven't handled the ball a ton this year. We haven't seen a lot of these kickoffs like this.
Ball's a little slippery now too.
The way that he's kicking the ball are these low liners, Joe, but they're aggressive.
Right.
Emery's kicking these balls really hard, and they're hitting this wet grass, and it's causing a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely seems to be a strategic plan here. Emery again, that one's right off Tostrup in the middle. It's loose again. See what we've got here. Waiting for a signal.
Kissel a little slow to get up. That was a big collision with Tostrup there as they both went down to get the ball. After that, they maybe knocked the wind out of him.
Terriers retained the ball there?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see a signal. So, Terriers ball.
Yeah.
So, Tostrup and Kissel managed to recover that. That's going to be something to pay attention to. This kickoff, it's a wet ball, it's a line drive. It's not something you're used to seeing because those knuckle like that,
Yeah, and I think at this point, now that you've seen it this many times, you clear that middle man out and you put Bazin in that area and say if you're going to kick it down here, you're going to kick it to number 3.
Absolutely. Lisa under center here for the Terriers, about the midfield. So that's the problem when that goes wrong, though, is tremendous field position for the Terriers. It's going to be a handoff.
Should be a face mask.
Definitely had his helmet turned there, but no call on that one. But he's going to pick up 5 yards or so. Definitely saw a helmet turn there, so the face mask seems to have been missed a little bit there. Seems like it's rain stopped a little bit for us. That's kind of nice. Not the warmest night, so it's kind of nice to not have to at the top.
This is, but hey, we love what we do.
Absolutely.
And we enjoy being here and doing this for the community, and their support's been unbelievable.
It is great to be here live and watching the game and calling it at the same time. Lisa under center, 2nd and 4 for the Terriers. Wasp side of the ball, or field. Going to be that quick hitter to Connors. A little slow developing there. Falls forward for a couple yards. Going to be about 3rd and 2. But yeah, no, it's great to do this for the community. It's great to hear the positive feedback that we get, and it's even better to hear that the kids enjoy it, because that's what this is about.
It's the the support from the parents and even visiting teams, which is why again we do our due diligence to make sure that we're digging in and talking to coaches and watching film, and this isn't just to show up at the field and have fun with it. We want to make sure that everybody understands and enjoys what we're doing here.
Shine a light on these kids. They work so hard, man. They deserve it. We got Lisa under center for 3rd and 1 for the Terriers. Going to be a quick handoff to Bazin, met right at the line of scrimmage. He's pushing forward. It looks like the mark's going to be a 1st down, Nate. Tough run by Bazin.
That was Bazin on the carry again for BF.
I believe I've seen the signal 1st down. There they go. The blind markers are moving now.
And that was good enough for a 1st down.
Been some tough sledding a little bit for Bazin here after the first couple carries.
Yeah, that right side off tackle play that we've seen since the Fairhaven game really kind of turned into something pretty creative here. It looks like they're trying to go behind Stevie Joslin into the left side a little bit more.
And we're going to have an handoff to that left side again. This time it looks like it's Pat Connors on the carry. Falls out. Woodstock's got the ball, so a fumble by Pat Connors. Woodstock recovers, takes over on 36, 37-yard line. Very uncharacteristic there. Pat Connors has definitely held the ball so effectively all season.
Yeah, miscues. Yeah, that's part of the game.
Absolutely.
And now it's what can you do with it? It's got to be. It's got to be this defense.
This is one of those times the defense needs to step up big right here and make a play.
Yeah, they've relied so heavily on the offense. Again, the defense hasn't given up a ton of points this year, right up there in the top 5 in state. But this team is.
Play action pass by Oates. He's chased out here by Perry. Oh, great job by Saul James. Get a hand on it, but he couldn't get both up. So just a knockdown. Good pressure there by Connor Perry to force the Oates to throw out a little bit before he wanted to.
Well, this is what we talked about in the last series, right? Move him to nose tackle and blow past the center and have an opportunity to go get the quarterback and force him out of the pocket into something bad. Nice job by Saul batting that thing down right there. I'd like to see him be a little tighter on that coverage and pick that thing off, right?
Yep.
He's a ball hawk. We've seen him make a couple picks this year and make some great plays with batting balls down.
Read. And that reads the ball great out of the quarterback's hand.
Batting that thing down right there, but he could have been a little bit.
So it's 2nd and 10 here. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Terriers defense really looking for a big play here. Oates doesn't let a play action pass. That one's going to be dropped out there by McGaffigan. Reed Hill on good coverage there. Looked like Jacob Tostrup had a little pressure there too from the backside. Yep, Tostrup coming in from the backside there nicely.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to see Jake do on that, right? We in a lot of the things that we've watched with Woodstock this year, Oates doesn't like to run it out of the pocket too often, right? So that's one of those plays where, we see Jake doing a nice job getting the pressure, but he kind of breaks down a little bit early thinking that, hey, I might need to watch the run, where we haven't really seen Oates, run the ball too often. So on that kind of play, I'd like to see Jake just pin his ears back and go get him.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're right, we haven't seen him tuck it and run. It doesn't seem to be his MO. And that's going to be a great throw, but a drop out there by number 30. That's Laramie. Boy, that was
right here, right on cue, right? Although he did drop the pass, Jake Tostrup, as we can see, pins the ears back and tries to go get him, forcing a throw that, again, right on the hands.
Didn't come out as a spiral, probably, due to that pressure. And we've seen pretty much everything Oates has thrown tonight has been a nice spiral. That one came out like a little wobble to it. Great pressure by Tostrup, so he must have been listening to you, Nate. So at 4th and 10 here for the Wasps.
I'm sure Coach Dooley got in his ear a little bit on that sideline over there. We can hear him all the way over here, working hard tonight and a little harder than he's needed to work all year.
So we've seen a lot of fake punts, but this time they punted away. That Bazin back deep calls fire on that. Good high punt by Emery there. He's a real weapon in the kicking game for them, too.
And the ball
that formation I saw quite a few times where they'll have everybody kind of swing out with him, and he just runs like a big old jet sweep as that punt guy. But that was 4th and 10 on like their own 35. You want to swing the field position there.
Well, especially when you just got a turnover, right? You have the lead in the game.
Yep.
You don't get a first down there, and you put BF at their own 30-yard line going in. Like, yeah, you've made a stop. Last time we had the Connors, but these miscues have really shot the Terriers in the foot tonight so far.
It's taking any chance of momentum right away from them. So 1st and 10 here for the Terriers at about the 28-yard line. It's going to be handoff to Bazin out here on the left side. Picks up a good, picks up 4 or 5 yards it looks like from where where the line judge is spotting it.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know what Lockerbie and the offense, what they see on that, but we haven't seen that off tackle by Bazin since the 80-yard run to start the game. Don't hold on to it too long. This clock's ticking down, 7 minutes to go.
Right.
Here in the second quarter, you really haven't generated a ton besides those big plays.
Yeah, absolutely. The last drive was moving forward, nicely until the turnover, but they could really string some first downs together here. It's going to be another handoff. Looked like Connors kind of slipped there a little bit. Maybe gets a yard, maybe a 2. Nope, they're going to be getting a loss on that play.
7, Milo Farrington on the tackle.
There's going to be a third and 9 here for the Terriers, 3rd and 8 for the Terriers. So really looking for one of those big chunk plays right here. And
that brings up 3rd and 9 for
we'll see what they can dial up.
That's what the down and distance Woodstock likes, right? Send the house a little bit. This is not a situation where you need to leave a safety on the field. We've seen this a lot.
Yep.
Don't crowd the line of scrimmage too close because you want to be able to get hands on Bazin or Connors when they get to the second level. But we could see no safety help over the top. This isn't it. We don't think that a time that the Terriers will throw it.
Right. It's going to be right up the middle to Stephen James. I don't think he's gonna get there. I think he's going to be about 5-6 yards short.
Carry for Bellows Falls.
About 3 yards short, 4 yards short. So
first down, that'll bring up 4th.
So a conservative play call there for the Terriers, as they'll punt it away here.
Yeah, the last time I even remotely thought I could question Coach Lockerbie's decision making, he pulled the fake punt and took it to the house when I wasn't even looking. So
right.
it's there's a lot to be said for what they're doing and what they're setting up and how they're doing things. That's why he's been here for as long as he has, as being successful in semifinals, championship games. I mean,
100%.
He's been through it all. So
Harper will boot this one again. One's going to take a Terriers bounce, get all the way down here to the 35-yard line of Bellows Falls.
Down at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 Woodstock.
So Woodstock will take over 1st and 10, ahead 22-16 with 5.5 minutes to go. We've seen it settle down a little bit. Woodstock put together a nice drive last time after the turnover. Bellows Falls still looking for a big play on defense to kind of steal that momentum. Got to steal that momentum back at this point. And the offense has kind of got stalemated a little, so maybe the defense needs to light that fire.
Yeah, no, you're right, because, how about a turnover of their own? We haven't seen that. Or make a big play, get a sack or something in the backfield. And
it's going to be a jet sweep out here to Blackburn. Blackburn gets the corner, turns it up for 4 or 5 yards again.
Connors does an okay job keeping him inside, but I don't. They're missing this, and just the patience by Woodstock when they get to the outside is fine, but Patty underruns it there and doesn't get to where he needs to get to. The angles for the Terriers not overly great by the outside linebackers in the defensive end positions so far tonight, where but that speed from Woodstock's getting him there. That was a great patience on that run. Took his time, finally got to the line of scrimmage, made a move, and ended up with 8 yards.
Yep. So 2nd down. Going to be handed off to O'Neill. O'Neill goes right up the middle here. Looks like he's going to be close to the first down. Signal first down by the officials. 1st and 10 for the Wasps. 4:45 to go here in the first half. Wasps are up at the 46-yard line here. 22-16 lead for Woodstock as they look to continue their offensive momentum. The quickness has definitely been a problem for the Terriers so far. It's a lineup under center again. It's been under center most of the night. Not a lot of shotgun out of the Wasps tonight. Emery in motion. It's going to be a play-action pass here. That's going to be a Blackburn fights off 3 Terriers to make that play. Boy, it's Woodstock wants it right now.
Well, they sure do. I mean, like, you know, I'm curious as to.
There's 3 Terriers around him right there, and he snatches it away.
Yeah, good job by Brian Barnett to catch up and make that tackle right there. But we need a little juice out of this Terrier sideline and the guys on the field. You know, I don't think once this year we've said, hey, we've seen hands on the hips or something. Like, the Terriers look a little discouraged right now, getting punched in the face. What can they do to try to combat this here?
That's going to be a nice tackle on the outside by Brockton Lovell. Emery maybe picks up a yard, if anything, but Lovell shoots the gap there and makes a nice tackle. Pat Connors does a great job pushing Emery back inside, and there comes Lovell. So that's what you've been talking about all night, and yeah, finally they got there.
You got to set the edge. You know, that's the key to these kind of teams that like to get outside because they have that speed. You've got to get up and force them in and make them cut back to the beasts that are in the middle of the field.
Exactly.
You know, I'm still looking for Jaden Bazin to make a play on defense here. He was back there on that play. He's been sucked in a couple of times today, which you don't see. And
play action pass here by Ertz. He's out of the pocket. Lovell gives chase, forces him to throw it up. Goyette gets a hand on it, but absolutely just knocks it down. Great effort by Goyette. Brockton Lovell with all sorts of pressure there to force that ball.
I think Oates was trying to hope to throw that thing a little further out of bounds.
I think so too. But you can see here Lovell just slays his man off and gets in great pressure there. Forces that throw, and Goyette got a hand on it.
Good job by Saul James. Saul been battling all night tonight. We've called his name a few times on tackles, having to get to the line of scrimmage, having to try to make plays, tipping passes.
Yep.
You know, he battles.
He has good instincts back there.
He sure does.
So 3rd and 11 here for the Wasps.
That's probably the biggest play of the half right now.
Yeah, Terriers need to come up with a big play here. I would expect something to the outside on one of the jet sweeps or one of their passes here. It's going to be actually a halfback pass by Emery. I see a catch down there, but let's see. We got all sorts of flags.
Yeah, we're going to have holding on the Woodstock offensive line back here. You know, if that's pass interference, we couldn't tell down here. We kind of lose it down in the corner.
On the field.
Yeah, there could be interference, but it could be
offsetting penalties.
Yeah. There was a lot of pushing on both guys down there, so it could have been.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Goyette grabbed him right before the ball got there, but you're going to have offsetting penalties. We'll replay the down.
So that, we've talked about that with the Terriers earlier this year, and taking points off the board is a hard thing to overcome.
What a catch, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And then it's back to raining again here, and that was a little bit of a wobbly pass, and heck of a catch.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those, I don't know if this is in the, Coach Worrell's back pocket or not, but, some sort of little just screen play or dump off to where you get your tight end and lead back to the outside and can block this Terriers team because they've been struggling with that kind of stuff. And, a little screen type action here probably wouldn't hurt.
3rd and 11 for Woodstock. Oates is going to roll out to the left here, throws off his back foot. Going to be absolutely covered well over there. That was Saul James again on the coverage. It looked like Tostrup or Pat Connors in there causing a little chaos, maybe both of them, causing him to throw that ball a little high and out of play.
Also tough throw, right? You're rolling to the opposite side.
Little wet. It's 4th and 11 right now. 2.5 minutes to go. So this is going to be a key play here. As I'm assuming Woodstock will go for it at this part of the field.
Yeah, I think you're in a good enough position. You have the lead. You've really shut down the Bells Falls offense the last couple times.
Yep.
They've had the ball. 2 punts. That might be the most punts they've had in a game all season.
I think it is, Nate. Oates in the shotgun here. Quick throw, gets it out. Easy catch and score for the Woodstock Wasps right there. Broken tackles again, and that's number 30 there. That's laying me on the touchdown catch.
Yeah, you know what? Good for that kid because he dropped one earlier on that 4th down play, and he was wide open over the middle, and nice play.
Absolutely.
Missed tackle by Bazin down the field, and
Just ran that streak right down the center of the play and caught the ball and made two guys miss the tackle. And this is the largest deficit we've seen Terriers face so far this year, at 28-16.
yeah, they ran into this buzzsaw with the Fairhaven in the first half. When they came down and kind of put it to them a little bit, but. This
It's
is
on a 2-point try. Another missed tackle on the outside there. And McGaffigan's going to go in for a 2-point conversion. Boy, we haven't seen a lot of these missed tackles this year, Nate. We talked about at the beginning of the game how they've been consistent in making these tackles, and tonight they just haven't been as crisp.
2:25 to go in the first half of the 8th game of the season. Worst body language I've seen out of the Bellows Falls Terriers team all season long.
Yeah.
Heads are hanging, hands on the hips. People are complaining. This is not what we've seen out of them all season long. Now is when the time, again, the Leesides, the Tostrups, the Joslins, the Connors, someone's got to do something,
Yep.
right? Get in that huddle, butt slaps, high fives, hey fellas, we've seen this before.
Yep.
This is adversity. We're going to be the best team in the state, or the best team in this division. It's got to happen now. So
Right.
someone's got to do something, make a play. Not even just make a play, right? Where's the fire? Where's
Right.
the passion?
Someone's gotta light the fire.
Get the sideline juiced up over there. You got to
Yeah.
give me something.
I mean, that could come from a big block on a pull, a guard pulling and just lighting someone up. I mean, anything to light a fire is where they're at.
Maybe just some high fives and some clapping. Terrier sideline, awful quiet over there. This
Yep.
Woodstock team is juiced up over here in front of us. They're rolling. They're rolling. Quarterback Oates having plenty of time to throw the ball. No pressure, really.
Yep.
He's comfortable in the pocket. He's been rolling out to either side that he wants. Passes 15, 25 yards downfield, wide open.
Absolutely. Emery again with the kickoff. This one's not the line drive. It's going to be a boot down to Davignon, who catches it clean. Davignon brings it up. Met at about the 34, 35-yard line, I think, based on where we're standing. 32-ish yard line? Yeah, somewhere around 32-yard line. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here. The Terriers, they desperately could use some points going into the half because, they took the opening kickoff. So Woodstock will get the ball back to start the second half. So this is where you've got to come up with something if you're the Terriers.
Yeah, make a play, right? Again, don't panic.
Right.
We again, I can't talk about it enough. This leadership it's there. This is far from over, Joe.
Absolutely. They'll stay in the game and just make a play. Now we've got, looks like a sack. Yep. Looks like Leeside was trying to roll out there, and he's going to get sacked and lose a significant amount of yards there. It looks like about a 10-yard loss. That might have been a quarterback keeper. May not have been a rollout pass. They might have been trying to run the quarterback sweep there. I couldn't tell from if there were receivers out in the pattern there. But now we got 2nd and 19 for the Terriers. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
This is, now you're also in this territory of, use a timeout. Is this Woodstock use a timeout, get the ball back, and have another chance at it?
Absolutely.
Because they're doing whatever they want offensively currently.
Leeside's going to keep this one, pitch it out to Bazin. Bazin's got the corner, gets back to the original line of scrimmage and a couple more yards there. So we bring up about a 3rd and 6 or 7 for the Terriers here.
Yeah. Out of bounds helps Woodstock right here, right?
Yep.
So now it's, make this play, and you're 4th again.
And you got the ball coming back to you.
Timeouts on the clock down there. So, if this is a tackle for loss or a tackle in the field of play, timeout gives you another chance.
Yep. And it's going to be Bazin, and he's going to be met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Cole Little was absolutely just blowing everything up, and there's the timeout from Woodstock. And boy, we haven't seen this kind of struggles getting the offense rolling for the Terriers this year before.
Yeah, I don't see what we've seen for 28 plus quarters of football this year.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making
We're at the start of the third quarter. If the Terriers don't buckle down and make a play.
Yeah, and you know, Woodstock's going to be out here looking to get down that end zone again. Nice kick by Harper. Good catch by Emery. Nice tackle by Connor Perry on the special teams play.
35-yard line.
So long field for the Wasps. They got about 65 yards to go here. Connor Perry with a tremendous tackle.
Connor Perry.
Yeah, he's done it all season long, and that's a huge tackle because field position could matter.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know who it's got to be right here for Bells Falls, but the play's got to be made. Right, you've got to tackle. You've got to keep these guys in balance. You've got to keep this clock going. Get yourself to halftime. Get a drink. Look at each other and you know, figure out, hey, are we going to do this? Are we gonna you know, dig in and find that intestinal fortitude to come back and win this game?
It's going to be a handoff off the middle. Going to be O'Neal taking it up there for the Wasps. Going to picks up about 8 yards there, so that's going to keep the clock moving. Despite that play, I certainly don't think Woodstock is done with passing here in the first half. I feel like they still are going to attack this Terriers defense here.
Yeah, this will be another one of those plays to determine. You know, you get 10, 15 yards right here, call another timeout, or if you get out of bounds.
And here's going to be the play action pass. Going to be out here to O'Neal. O'Neal runs out of bounds. Quick pickup, quick play. Picks up another first down for the Wasps. And they're on their side of the 50-yard line at this point.
That play action is causing some serious chaos for the linebackers and safeties and defensive backs for the Terriers right now. I mean, you're getting a little bit of pressure, but it's not enough.
Right.
And you know, I think those motions and jet sweep looks and actions in the sweeps to the outside, you know, are just opening up these things because guys are biting, guys are coming up, guys are having to take a step up. And
so Oates under center here, 1st and 10. He's going to roll out to his left, some pressure. And he floats it right over the top of Bazin to number 8 Blackburn, who takes it to the house for 52 yards. Well, that was just an afterthought throw right there. I mean, they had pressure. He just floats it over the top and drops it in the bucket. Well, that's definitely problematic here for the Terriers.
We just talked about it, right? There's a touchdown. Now you get the ball back coming right out of the half. I mean, you potentially could be down 44-16. You know, 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Because right now you've shown no ability to stop that passing game.
You know, and if you would have told me on the way here today, Joe, that the running time in this game would have been for the Terriers, I would have probably laughed at you.
Right.
But you're approaching that. You're going to be approaching that discussion to start the second half.
Emery breaks another tackle and gets in for 2 points.
Connors with the angle to the outside, takes the sharp angle and doesn't force him in. And I'm baffled.
Bellows Falls 16.
It's 38-16 here, first half, 28 seconds to go. Terriers at this point, I think, want to just field that kickoff and get down to get the. And have them all look at each other in the locker room, because they've picked each other up all season long. From this first day of practice, they've held each other accountable, and you know that's going to be the same situation tonight.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised you're here either. You know, with the way that the Woodstock defense has played and kind of shut down Bellows Falls, the forced 3 punts and a half.
Yeah.
You don't try to line drive kick it right off somebody in the front row right here. I mean, you did it before,
Absolutely.
Maybe not purposely, but you know, maybe you onside kick it right here, because you score again, and this could be more than demoralizing for Bellows Falls.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's no quitting those guys. Trust me. I mean, you got 24 minutes of football, and we've seen these guys turn the tides on teams before.
Oh, 100%.
And I hope that's what happens today, because, you know, I just don't like to see this body language from this Bellows Falls team.
Yeah, something we haven't seen all year. There's one of those line drive kicks, and it's going to sneak by Davignon. I don't know if he touched it or not, but he did, so he's got to pick it up. Boy, this kicking game has really proved problematic for the Terriers today.
Yeah, it really has. It really has. And like I said, after the first couple of kicks, Emory's just booting those things. They're line drives.
Yep, right at him, and that time the up men did get out of the way, but then it got touchdown inside the 5, so you got to pick it up and go. And but Terriers got to regroup after this first half. Definitely a place they haven't been all season. Credit to Woodstock, though.
Suck it up and go evaluate yourself at halftime and come back, and there won't be any quit. I promise you that.
Oh, absolutely. These guys, they've picked each other up all season long, and they'll go have the discussion they need, and they'll be in the right headspace when they come out in the second half. There's going to be a pitch out to Connors. Looks like he lost some yardage. He's going to be, that's awful close to a safety back there. Terrier's got to be careful here.
Yeah, looks like they're about the 10-yard line or so, Joe.
Now he's inside the 5.
That's it. They're going to go to half anyways. I think Coach Lockerby's already left the sideline over there.
Yep.
A little frustrated, I would assume. Look, it's easy to sit here and hey, make this play. This kid's got to make this play. Got to make
Oh, absolutely.
To come out and win 8-0, and again.
Third senior night.
Big game, huge game. These guys are underdogs, own their own field. I'm gonna be willing to wager that this same Terrier team that just walked off the field into that end zone to our left, Joe, doesn't come out in the second half.
Yeah, I would think you're right, Nate. Those, that's something that Coach Lockerby's already got the speech ready to go. He's already got everyone, he's going to get everyone in the right headspace, and Terriers are going to come out firing on all cylinders and make some plays here in the second half. The expectations, you got to make one play at a time, right?
That's it. There's no 30-point touchdowns, but you got to start on defense. They deferred, get the ball back, and now you got to make a stop. You haven't had a stop. Since Laramie dropped the pass in the middle of the field, but he was wide open, so you didn't force a punt. They dropped the pass. So that's the only time they've been stopped, and they turned around and punched you in the face and stopped you and made you punt and scored. So this Woodstock offense has been very impressive.
Yeah, 100%. So as we'll take a break here for the halftime. We'll join you as we come back from the second half as the Terriers and Woodstock Wasps look to finish out the regular season here at James McLaughlin Stadium here in Woodstock.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request. Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white. This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, If you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, Go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button.
All right, Nate, and we're back here getting ready for the second half. Terriers coming out for some warm-ups here. I expect to see some, kind of anticipate some loud pops out of those Terriers when they come out. Try to change the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, the one thing that we didn't anticipate is, them getting punched in the mouth like this and not answering back. I think that's been
just a little something that we haven't seen. But again, hey, 24 minutes of football to go here.
Very good Terriers football team.
We've seen this in the second half. You know, that Fairhaven team came out and put up a great first half, and they came out and Bells Falls shut them down in the second half.
Yep, absolutely.
So, you know, we're at that, but you're at that stage right now, right? First series is the biggest series. You let them score a touchdown, you know, it's really going to be trouble because that's a long way to have to come back from when
you've had a hard time stopping.
When 2 out of your first 3 plays were your touchdowns.
Right.
You know, that's that quick hit offense, but the Woodstock defense has stepped up, made plays, penetration in the backfield, more tackles for loss than we've seen in any other game, more punts than they've had in total the entire season in the first half of this game as well. So these are it's just, but you know, it's football's a hard game, Joe. You know, and sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. Today's one of those days. Personal foul early, touchdown. You know, fumble snap we haven't seen. You know, other plays that Bells Falls has not had to deal with this year. So
and they got it up just a little too much so far in this one, and we'll see what kind of what they come up with in the second half. You know, maybe a trick play here or there, but something to change their momentum. They got to dial up something, whether it's a blitz package or something to try to get in there. You know, maybe dropping an extra guy back in coverage or something. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, one thing we should see for certain is a more fired up sideline over there. I would not anticipate these guys come out here flat.
I wouldn't either. And you know, and Oates has done an unbelievably great job for Woodstock, rolling both ways, making those plays. One of the things we talked about in pregame and the first couple of things we talked about when we started this broadcast today, the misdirection, the ability to give that jet sweep look, the toss sweep look, now the fake, now the handoff up the middle to O'Neal, play after play, fake that boot action down the sideline, O'Neal with the catch, speed after that, right? With you know, Emery and these other guys. Just
Emery and Blackburn have both. Blackburn had 3 touchdowns there in the first half for these guys. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of speed. And, you know, for the Terriers, it's, you know, they're a physical team. It's a cold night. I got my winter hat on now. Like, this is where a physical team should be taking over. And, you know, where those blocks and stuff feel a little worse at this point. So
they've implemented their will on everyone all season long. And for 24 minutes of football, Woodstock said, not today.
Right.
You know, and this is where, who's got the guts? You know, what do you have for that? I said it earlier, intestinal fortitude. Who's got it? Where's the leadership? And this is what, you know, we love Bells Falls football for. Let's go.
Joslin with the big boot deep. It's over everyone's head. That's going to get down to about that 4-yard line, picked up down here by Emery. And no, that's the ball's loose.
Fumble.
The ball's loose. It looks like, from my view, it might be a Bells Falls ball, but I'm not 100% sure.
That looked like a Bells Falls recovery to me.
It is Bells Falls recovery. It's number 10 coming out of there with the Jackson Fletcher making the fumble recovery for the Terriers. On the tackle there, not sure who's coming up at the bottom of the pile there with the tackle. It could have also been Fletcher. So it could have been Connor Perry. Connor Perry caused the fumble. Jacob Fletcher with the recovery. Terriers in business, Nate.
And just like that.
So first and 10 for the Terriers.
You know, so
just
as we just talked about all this, you know, we could have a Bells Falls touchdown within, you know, 15 seconds without having the ball first. Huge,
see if they can dial up on offense here with Lisa under center. First and 10 for the Terriers. Bazin right up to shoot, runs over a guy, tough run.
Oh man!
And that's what we've seen out of Jaden Bazin all year. And here's that body language that we were talking about. A little fumble recovery. Jaden Bazin trucks a guy into the house call. So big momentum change there for the Terriers. That's just what they needed.
It's exactly right. You know, and not just the fumble recovery, that run by Bazin, right? We get to see it back on the replay. Run. Again, you know, thanks to Will and this group, and be able to see these replays, you know, in these games and bury those 2 guys.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
He wanted that.
That's what we're used to seeing.
Leesign rolling out here for the Terriers. It's going to be a throw out to Pat Connors, the 2-point conversion. 38-24 here, so
Catch your breath, people, because here we come.
just like in the first half, Terriers scored in the first 10 seconds of the half. So let's see if they can build off this momentum. That was huge for the Terriers here.
We're 10 seconds in, and this is now back to being a ball game. You stop here by the Terriers, and
Some life out of the sidelines
I
over
tell you, a stop and a touchdown within the next 8 minutes of this game is going to make this a one-score game and completely steal the momentum.
Absolutely.
You know, I will say this as we're standing here behind this Woodstock bench. You know, Coach Worrell, again, seasoned veteran. He's ready. You know, he's got these guys ready. He doesn't bat an eyelash at this kind of stuff. He knows what the adversity is about too. He's been here, defended state champions.
Absolutely. So Stevie Joslin will look to kick off for the second time here in the second half. 11:49 to go here in the third quarter.
You know, this wet grass has caused havoc with all kinds of kickoffs tonight, Joe.
Absolutely. Let's see what Joslin dials up this time. That's a big boot by Joslin again. It's going to be kind of fumbled around by Blackburn back here. Connor Perry gets a hit on him, but breaks free. Blackburn breaks a couple tackles, gets out to about the 32-yard line. So slippery run by Blackburn again. He's had a great game for this Wasp tonight.
You know, it feels like 100 times this year we've seen Connor Perry make those plays.
That play.
Right. I know it's a little wet, but break yourself down a little bit and make that play. And, you know, that's the 15 yards of field position that you could give your own team back. But they first and we're first and 10 from the 30 here for the Wasps, and this has been a tough night for the Terriers on this side of the ball. So let's see what they got here. But that sideline is fired up. The body language has changed. Mojo's changed.
So let's see what Coach Stubler and the defense can dial up here. Oates comes up, hit by Perry, but he delivers a strike to Emery. Oh, ball's loose again. What do we got? Waiting to see what's going on here. We see a fumble recovery, strip by Jaden Bazin, and a fumble recovery by Bazin.
I tell you, we got a pretty good replay right here. It's one of those tricky things, Joe. We watch a lot of college and high school football, and he makes the catch. That's a strip by Jaden Bazin. What a play!
Knocked it free.
What a play by Jaden Bazin.
Recovery by number 19, Brody Davignon. So it's going to be first and 10 here. Quick momentum change.
Unbelievable.
The Terriers have come out. They're definitely, the pads are snapping a little more than they were in that first half right now. That sideline is fired up. You can hear them from over here on the opposite side. First and 10 for Leesign and the Terriers on their side of the ball here, about the 49-yard line. It's going to be a quick handoff to Bazin. Bazin down quickly. A lot of extra fight, a lot of extra tugging down there on the bottom.
Bazin on the carry for a short gain.
Getting a little chippy out there. I wouldn't be surprised to see the refs maybe, kind of try to take control of this a little bit again. That's a lot of extra tugging on Bazin when he's on the ground there.
Getting a little chippy here. Two quick turnovers by Woodstock. He built in a little frustration, right? Because now it's now it's don't get on your heels here.
Absolutely.
So being a little chippy after the play just shows, hey, listen, we're not backing down from you guys.
Terriers, Declan Leesign under center here. 2nd and 9 for the Terriers. See where Coach Lockerbie dials up. Going to be a quick handoff up the middle there. It's going to be Connors on the carry. Looks like he picks up about 3 yards.
God, this interior of Woodstock's defense has done a really nice job for being undersized. We saw it at the beginning of the game, but sometimes it's one of those.
Getting good position and stuff.
Reiterating things we've talked about all season long. When you play BF, you're playing against, 30 football players.
Yep.
This is kind of what Woodstock's got here, right?
Yep, we got a nice program.
You got football players that play football, and these guys are digging right in.
3rd and 8 for the Terriers at the 45-yard line. Their own 45. Leesign hands off. I heard the pop from here. It's going to be there. They got nothing over there.
Bazin again to the right side.
Definitely quickly met there on the edge. Going to be 4th and 6 or so for the Terriers.
It looks like both teams kind of struggling to hold on to the ball. Bazin on that right there kind of bobbled it a little bit.
A little cold, a little wet out here tonight for sure. Got 4th and 6 here. Let's see what the Terriers do. Their own side of the midfield. It looks like they brought Harper out here for the punt.
Yeah, you got to think swing the field position a little bit, right? Hopefully pin them down here within the 15-yard line or so.
Harper gets the boot.
That's going to get a nice roll. It's going to get a nice roll.
See if they can get it stopped. They got to stop it there. They do, right down around the 1-2 yard line. Great kick by Harper. So the momentum kind of stopped a little bit there, as you're really hoping the offense could have gone and scored after that takeaway. But hey, great job of kicking the ball, getting the field position. So now you're going to make another stop.
You swung the field position. Now's where you got to be careful. Don't leave Goyette or Reed Hill out on an island by themselves.
Yeah.
Right? I know you want to have that pressure. This is where Connor Perry, be ready to call his name. Maybe if this is a safety, but I got a feeling it would have to be Perry with that pressure up the middle. But you can't leave these guys with this jet sweep motion, Joe, and let this tight end leak out here, because this could be a long catch and run for the Wasps.
It's going to be O'Neill at the middle. He's met right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Maybe a yard there. Let's see what we've got. See what made the initial contact for the Terriers.
No gain for Woodstock.
Looks like Connor Perry again in there. Brockton Level also making first contact, and Briar Barnett. So nice game tackle by the Terriers. Maybe a yard there for the Wasps. So 2nd and 9, still deep in their own end zone here. So you see what Woodstock can dial up here. They still lead 38-24. 8.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Woodstock with a 2nd and 9 from their 2-yard line. It's going to be a quick rollout throw. That's going to be intercepted. That's intercepted by number 19, Brody Davignon. Brody Davignon strips it. Oh, he fumbled it. So we got a fumble. We got a flag. Well, we'll see what we've got there. Davignon picked it. It was stripped clean, but there's a flag.
Playing. It's not streaming.
What? They're saying they can't get the stream.
They're in the return of the interception. Holding on White. That is declined. The fumble recovery.
The penalty was holding.
So quick momentum change again.
Interception.
With Davignon getting it punched out there by the Wasps.
By Woodstock. First down, Woodstock.
There we go, boys.
So still deep in their own end zone here, or in their own end. 1st and 10 again for the Wasps. They picked up a couple of yards there on that return. Now it's up to about the 5-yard line instead of the 2 or 3. So big change of momentum again there. The Terriers really could have capitalized from that one. It would have been their 3rd turnover here in the second half. And as it is now, they need to make another play in defense. As Woodstock deep in their own end. It's going to be a sweep out here to number 11. Jaden Basin with a big pop. That was number 11 of the Wasps. That's Cole Little on the reverse.
On the carry from Woodstock.
Maybe a yard for Little on that one. Jaden Basin with the big stick.
Gain of about a yard.
So it's 2nd and 9 here for the Wasps. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. 38-24 lead for the Wasps.
Yeah, big series here. Big series here still. 38. Again, like you said, this time seems to be ticking a little bit faster for the Terriers.
Yep. Got to make they've made a couple plays here. They need to make another one right now. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 down the deep end here. It's going to be a quick little swing pass out there.
Screen pass.
Emery's got it. Breaks the tackle of Reed Hill. Breaks another tackle of Brian Barnett. Breaks another tackle of Saul James. Picks up 38 yards. That was 3 broken tackles on that sideline.
Yeah, Terriers got to be able to make those plays.
There's one broken tackle. Here comes number 2.
Now got to keep your head up, Barnett. Who hasn't missed a lot of those this year?
No, too many missed tackles right there after the interception fumble. It's just every time they get a little momentum, it kind of goes back the other way. So Woodstock with a little breathing room now here, 1st and 10. Maybe take a deep breath on offense for them now.
Big play to get them out of there.
It's going to be a sweep out here to Asher. It's Blackburn. Makes 2 guys miss. Pushes Goyette down the field and picks up another 1st down. Ace Blackburn has been one heck of a player tonight. He might be the best player they've had on the field.
Yeah,
he's been unreal.
They're getting that little push on the outside, just enough to put Connors and Bazin off these first initial tackles.
6 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Here's the clock winds down. Terriers, Woodstock's back on their own side of the field here now, 45-yard line. Again, moving the ball through the air, a little bit through the ground. Terriers need to make another play. Little motion here. It's going to be a pass out there to McGaffigan. McGaffigan drops it.
What a great ball,
That was another great throw.
We got a nice little spot here set up, and we're right behind Oates throwing that pass. Man, that's a nice ball.
That's right on him. That's a great throw to McGaffigan. Just a drop there. So 2nd and 10 for the Wasps. Boy, you can't say enough about the ball Oates throws, man. Holy cow, does he have a nice touch on that ball.
Yeah, he does. Throws the ball well. I mean, he's well over 100 yards here, we assume, in this game at this point.
Yeah. So the Wasps line up,
200-yard range would be my guess.
It's going to be another rollout here. He's being chased outside. That one gets right through the hands of Saul James, but I believe it's going to be incomplete.
For Max Carey, number 5. It's incomplete.
I believe it's going to get, so Connor Perry a little pressure, Stevie Johnson a little pressure, right through Saul's hands and incomplete.
Yeah, we've had some rain tonight, but man, the Terriers seem to be slipping an awful lot out there.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be a slick field out there, at least from what we've seen. So 3rd and 10 here for the Wasps. This is a get off the field play for the Terriers right now. They got to come up with, a net negative play here, because a couple of yards forward, and Woodstock's going to think about going for this for sure.
Right.
Emery in motion is going to take the jet sweep.
That's what we're looking for.
Nice job pushing
That's
him
what
out.
the Terriers are looking for right there, Joe.
Jacob Tostrup all pushing him inside there, not letting him get there.
That looked like Stephen James on that play as he gets out to the outside.
Yeah, Patty Connors
forces him downhill, right? This is what that's Connors. Sorry,
Pat Connors and Stephen James coming in for the tackle.
That's what you're looking for. Force him inside and make those plays, but clean it up. Make the tackles.
4th and 12 here. 4th and 11. Close to midfield. Well, down in distance would make it seem like a punting situation here, but we'll see.
I think with the score, again, this is one of those play the game, right? This is you see the score, you see where you're at.
Now, out of this unique formation,
make it down there. Make it change the landscape of where the ball is. Yeah.
Emery with a nice boot. Basin's back there, yields fire. It's going to be deep down there.
And Emery's punt will be down at about the 10-yard line.
So good punt by Emery there.
10 Bells Falls.
So certainly an opportunity here. We can make this a one-score game with a touchdown drive here. It's getting a little colder out here, a little chippy. So you do the Bells Falls thing here. You run behind those big offensive linemen that are training for this, and you get out there and you make the plays. And boy, all of a sudden it gets a little harder if you're Woodstock to when those hits keep coming.
It is, and this is one of those drives. If you can get that pounded down, and at the end of the quarter, by the end of the quarter, you make this a one-score game. You're right back in the mix. But the Woodstock interiors played well.
They absolutely have. Declan Leesi's under center for the Terriers. 1st and 10. Going to be a handoff here to Pat Connors. Connors has some room. He's got the corner. He's coming right at us. Number 15, McGaffigan, met with a stiff arm, but hangs on. We see a late flag coming in from the back, Judge. Nate, you're signaling face mask on that one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna add that right on to the end of the run.
We'll see it right here in front of us with Will's amazing replays.
I think that 15 grabbed the hold of it right there a little bit, just enough.
By number 15, Brody McGaffigan. And a face mask call against Woodstock, 5 yards.
Sort of 5-yard face mask.
5 yards. So
I didn't know we had those still.
I didn't know in high school anyways we did. I thought they were all 15 personal fouls at the high school level. Terriers showing a little pace here right up to the line of scrimmage. Leesi under center, 1st and 10. Terriers got some momentum on their side right now. A touchdown would be huge. Leesi under center. Going to get it out to Bazin. Bazin running to the right side, fighting for extra yardage there. got two hands on the ball there. You like to see that there with, like you mentioned, it's been a little slippery tonight. So see Jaden hold it with two.
Yeah, he even on the last drive running to the right over there, as we could see on the run replay here, just a little bobble. You know, it just seems to be a little slick for everyone.
So it's second and about 7, second and 6 here for the Terriers. 4.5 minutes on the clock as we're rolling right along for the Terriers. You know, a little momentum built up at Bellows Falls, the special teams, the defense have made some plays.
Right, you're second and long here, Joe. Now I wouldn't hate to see a leak out by Tostrup in the play action by Leasai.
Leasai's thrown the ball nicely the last couple of weeks, especially last week. Going to go to Bazin right up the chute though. Bazin's pushing the pile. He's going to be about 2 yards short here, probably about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Somewhere along that line.
You know, I like to see that the refs let these guys push the pile and push thing, you know, but, you know, at some point when there's 6 guys around the ball carrier, maybe we should be blowing the whistle.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, these guys have let it go, starting to let these plays go a little bit too long where, you know, this is where, you know, guys are trying to punch the ball out. Guys are trying to rip the ball out.
Gets a little chippy.
It's going to turn real chippy, you know, and you got to be able to, you know, maintain, you know, as an official, you know, keep your eye on that kind of stuff.
3rd and 1 for the Terriers. It's up to Bazin.
That's
Bazin with a great cutback.
That's a house
just
call.
Explodes through the line. We got a 36-yard touchdown run by Jaden Bazin, his 3rd score of the night now. It's going to close the gap to 38 to 30 right now with the conversion still to come. So Bazin's starting to just kind of enforce his will a little bit there. That was a great cutback at the line of scrimmage and just off to the house.
Joe, after that fumble right off the bat and that first touchdown, he ran those 2 guys over.
Bazin on the direct snap, tries to get in for the 2.
Yeah, see, they've got to take some control of this game a little bit here.
Yeah.
And I don't like the fact that they're letting these go this long. You know,
Bazin doesn't quite get in there.
I mean, look at we're in there. It's 5-6 seconds, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, we're just scrumming at this
point. Blow the whistle.
Bellows Falls 30.
So 38-30, Bellows Falls got it down to a 1-score game here in the 3rd quarter. Big momentum change. We've seen some great plays on special teams, some nice defensive plays. Little dialed up pressure there on the last drive, kind of forced Oates out of the pocket and throw a little quicker than he wanted to. Let's see if Bellows Falls can continue the momentum here. Stevie Joslin's been booting the ball great on their kickoffs, and they're rolling.
Yeah, he sure has. And again, the kickoff's been trouble all night long.
Oh, look at Bazin just explode through the line of scrimmage there on that replay. Kids are special talent for sure. So we got Stevie Joslin ready to kick off the Terriers. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 38-30. Quickly, we're back to a 1-possession game here.
Yeah, and not just that, Joe. A stop here by the Terriers defense and get the ball back again would completely change all the mojo in this entire game.
Boot, received by Blackburn at the 14-yard line. Connor Perry again not quite able to break down on the tackle there. Blackburn again just kind of slipping through tackles out there. Eventually brought down by Reed Hill at the 45-yard line. 30-yard return for Blackburn.
Yeah, we love to see Connor Perry doing that again. Just slow it down just a little bit for me.
Just break it down a little bit. Stay square. But Blackburn again, he's done a great job making guys miss tonight. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 45, on their own 45 here for the Wasps. The defense of the Terriers has certainly shown a lot more energy here in the second half. See what we can dial up here. It's going to be a handoff. Met by Connor Perry and Stephen James is getting up in the bottom of that pile as well. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Brockton Level exploded through there as well. Great job by the Terriers. You mentioned it earlier, moving Connor Perry over that nose tackle position seems to have made a bit of a difference here for them.
Yeah, and you know the complete change in body language, which we expected from the Terriers.
Yeah.
You know, we've had lofty expectations for them every play all season long, and especially now. This is where again you love Leasai, Tostrup, and these guys. We've talked about it a million times.
100%. Sweep out here to the right. Connors is out here, gets him. Connors with a
play
great
by Pat
tackle.
Connors.
Patty Connors with probably a loss of a yard or two there anyways, but I should give him a yard gain on that. But Pat Connors, the terrific play there to get him down on the ground. Blackburn's been a patient runner all night, and Connors didn't give him the chance to come back there.
That's the strength you've been talking about, all season long, One of those guys who puts that work in, puts that time in, grabs him with one hand by the shirt and takes him down.
Yep.
And
38. 3rd and 8 here for Woodstock. He's looking to pick up a first down here and try to stop this momentum. Here's this play action pass again. We're going to swing pass out to the edge. He's going to overthrow him a little bit. That was a lot of pressure by the Terriers there, forcing Oates off his spot there.
Yeah, we talked a little bit earlier. Nice job
He's
by
got Connor Perry at his feet right there. Brockton Lovell chasing him.
Now bring up 4th and 9 for Woodstock.
Great job by the Terriers defense yet again there.
Yeah, no, it was a must-have stop, right?
Different crew right now. Different crew.
I think you've now started to see a little bit of that, where the halftime, right? You go to halftime, you're juiced up. If you're Woodstock, we don't want halftime. Let's keep playing.
Keep playing.
And Bellows Falls goes in and says we regrouped, and now they're.
Now you gotta watch the fake punt here with Woodstock. They line up in this odd formation and they'll run a jet sweep out of this position, but they boot it there. Not going to be anything for Basin to return here. Just another good punt. It's going to be down inside the 5-yard line.
The punters have done a great job.
The punters have done a great job. We've seen more punts tonight than we've seen all season from in combinations.
Emery.
Emery's done a great job.
And we have 68 points, and we've seen more punts.
Yeah, it's kind of wild actually. So it's an up-tempo, fast-paced game, some big plays. It's an exciting game here, and this Terrier squad is certainly what we expected to see them come out and do the second half. The energy wasn't there in the first half. The pads weren't smacking like they normally do. We're seeing what we've seen all season here in the second half.
Yeah. Yep, and again, one of those, the Terriers get off the bus and, flex their muscle and, hey, we won this game and we should be 8-0 and we're this and we're that, and they went, ooh, okay, maybe not. Now they're showing up.
Yep.
And you're going to get yourself 5 free ones.
So we got an encroachment penalty here.
Penalty flag.
Looks like encroachment.
The offsides against Woodstock.
Yep, encroachment on the Woodstock Ross. So quick 5.
5-yard penalty.
Pushes them outside of the 5-yard line. So that's good breathing room right there.
Good call right there. And, maybe we haven't seen a lot of the on-twos tonight.
Right. So some nice breathing room there. You get out to about the 7-yard line instead of the 2. 1st and 5 instead of 1st and 10. So nice little start now. So Lisa is going to hand it off real quick to Connors. Connors, he's going to get a couple yards for getting pushed back.
Number 22.
This Woodstock interior has still done a nice job holding up on these inside brushes.
Yeah, we don't, even the bigs, the hogs, for the Terriers tonight, we don't see that second level push as much as we have. Yep. And again, that's kudos to Woodstock for stepping up and playing hard.
Yep, they're not giving, a lot of times we see where Connors will get to that spot and hit a cutback and he's free, and they're not giving him that cutback spot tonight. Woodstock is doing a nice job not over pursuing. It's been a well-played game. Lisa Anderson's going to pitch it out here to Basin. Basin breaks the tackle. He gets the corner. He cuts back again. Basin's got a stiff arm. Oh, this is going to be.
This is a
Is he going to get caught? No, he's not. That's a play. That is a 94-yard touchdown by Jaden Basin. Jaden Basin must be approaching about 300 yards again tonight.
Unbelievable.
He had 84 on the first carry and 94 on this one. And he exploded at the end. He outran the kid at the end. Unbelievable play. What a player, Nate. What a treat we've been in for this year. The whole team's been great to watch, but we're seeing a special season out of Basin.
We're a 2-point conversion away from being tied right now.
Absolutely.
And I know with 27 seconds to go, I've had my phone's blown up over here. I know that people back home have lost the stream. We kind of knew we were going to have some internet issues here. And it's unfortunate. Again, Will's doing an unbelievable job with getting us set up and everything that's done here. You can't control things out of your hands,
but certainly the replay will be 100% available. And Connor Perry goes in to tie this game up, 38-38.
And we got ourselves a tie ball game.
Well,
Unbelievable.
You mentioned we had 24 minutes left. We now got 12 minutes left, and it's a whole new ball game, Nate. Who would have envisioned this coming down to the final game of the season? 7-0 Bellows Falls Terriers, 6-1 Woodstock Wasps, the defending Division III state champions, 38-38 going into the fourth quarter.
This is,
It's a special game, man. I'm glad we made the trip up.
and you thank Alex and everyone at FACT TV for
Absolutely.
giving us this opportunity. Not just that, Will brings his family here,
Yep.
to give the community an opportunity to do this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So,
Get your daughter in the shot, Will.
Like I said, man, it's it's the uncontrollables sometimes, right? Like we said, when we made the post about this and we emailed back and forth before this even started today, we knew there was going to be some internet issues possible, and it's unfortunate for the people at home. We apologize for that, but we're doing the best we can, and we're going to give you this opportunity to watch us back. Could see one of the better comebacks we've ever seen.
And I am probably going to watch this back myself. Oh, so it's a loose ball. It's a loose ball, and let's see what we've got here. Looks like Woodstock did control the ball. So Jocelyn would do the pooch kick there and trying to keep the momentum going. The ball was loose for a second, but...
Coach Lockerbie pulling something up, pulling a rabbit out of the hat there. Almost had one.
Great recovery there by number 11, Cole Little of Woodstock to maintain possession. Because that would have been absolutely killer in the momentum side.
That would have.
As it is right now, they need to slow the game down and make a play.
I wouldn't be surprised. Coach Worrell comes out here with a bomb. Get back to throwing the ball deep.
So we're going to play action pass here. Oates is being chased by Haskell. That's going to be thrown behind the guy, thrown behind his receiver there by. It was number 30 Laramie. Number 55 Haskell on the chase there. 55 Haskell? No, 55. Haskell. Great play. So we're seeing some pressure here from the Terriers. Studley's doing some nice stuff here in the second half.
It's the players, right?
Absolutely.
You've coached, I've coached, I still coach now, and players are going to play. You can cheer them up, you can boost them up all you want, you can rah, you can do your speeches, you can do everything you can. But ultimately, these 11 guys got to go out there and make the plays.
Yep. You can put them in the position to succeed, but they've got to do the succiding. Goyette didn't break down there. It's a missed tackle.
That's a nice Saul James. Nice job.
James comes in and gets him. Going to be about a 5-6 yard gain. Yeah, about 6 yards there.
Another
just slip past Goyette, but Saul James with a great form tackle there.
Yeah, just the ability to break down on some plays tonight for the Terriers. Just not what we've seen out of them, but
a little too over pursuing at times.
I mean, here we go, Buckley chin strap.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the end of the third quarter, Nate. We've seen 76 points tonight. We've seen probably about 1,000 yards of offense. We've seen a 94-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
We're seeing special players make special plays.
We just said, the players, the coaches can put guys in positions to make plays, and even for us standing over here in the back of this truck, we're buckling up. This has been unbelievable. What a great football game.
It's gonna be
both teams back and forth, giving it all they have, and this could be who's got the ball last to make the last play.
Absolutely.
But this is a big play now for Woodstock. You got third and long.
No, we're going back this way, so it's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. Yep. Sorry, switching field position here. So
they're coming back towards us now.
The 3rd and 3 and
close to midfield, so it might be 4-down territory, and this is a negative play here for the Woodstock Wasps. So, but right now the momentum, the sideline noises have definitely switched here in the second half. It's the Terriers sideline that's really, really into it now, and the Wasps are kind of on their back a little bit here. Oh, that's a nice little throw out here to Emery. Nice tackle by Davignon out here, but that's a great throw by Oates on the swing out there to Emery.
Yeah, it looks like Emery got his foot stuck underneath him a little bit there. Hopefully he's okay jogging back to the huddle.
Yep.
Tough kid. I mean, he's done it all. The kicks, the punts, the catches, the runs.
Yep. Even threw a touchdown, I was called back earlier.
Get that ankle stuck underneath him a little bit right there. He's got to come out of the game. He has been an absolute machine all night long for the Wasps, and doing it all.
So 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line now. Or no, from the Terriers' 30. Blackburn in motion. It's going to be handed to O'Neal. O'Neal gets some room up the middle. Picks up about 8 or 9 yards there. It's a good answer here by Woodstock. Good answer here on this drive for the Wasps as they look to...
Yeah, we get another...
we see a yellow flag here at the end.
I'm gonna have another after the
Second and third.
after the play's over on Bells Falls. It's gonna be 15 yards again.
Oh wow, I didn't see what happened there, but that's the third personal foul penalty tonight if it is on the Terriers.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike defense. Half the distance to the end of the run.
So unsportsmanlike on this one. And you know, these penalties have come inside the 20, 30 yard line, close to the goal line.
And unnecessary, you know.
Momentum's on your side. Just keep playing a smart game here. So the Terriers back on their heels a little bit here as Woodstock's had a nice drive. Looks like they're about the 12-yard line, so they can pick up a first down here without scoring a touchdown. It's going to be O'Neal right up the middle, but he's going to be met pretty quickly in the interior. Let's see what we've got here. Looks like Stephen James in there.
Yeah, the unnecessary penalties again, Joe. Just got to. Coach Lockerby's got to be beside himself over there. 2 dead ball penalties and the same spot of the field.
Yeah, this same side right next to where we are.
It's unnecessary.
It's a good play there by Stephen James to bring down the ball carrier after about a yard gain. So 2nd and 9 for the Woodstock Wasps. Fourth quarter here, 10 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Got Oates under center for the Wasps. A little bit of a broken play there, but he gets it out to McGaffigan.
That's the play.
Breaks down.
That's the play he needs to make. Good job, Andrew. That's a nice play.
Makes a great play. Guy picks up 2-3 yards there. But you make the tackle. You don't give up the 6. Because he was on an island. If Goyette misses that tackle, he's in the house because he's on an island out there.
That tackle was made by number 8.
So third and 5 here for the Wasps. Certainly 4 down territory for the Wasps at this point. It might be closer to 3rd and 6 than 3rd and 5 here. Oates under center for the Wasps.
Huge play.
Emery on
right towards the middle here. Oh, that's a big hit. But still,
hit by number.
But still pushing forward. Rylan
Ernst with a big hit.
But still push forward. You know, it's a nice run.
Yeah, Asher Emery picked up another couple of yards. This brings up 4th and 4 here for the Wasps.
Short gain. That'll bring up 4th and about.
Boy, this could be a game-defining play right here, Nate. If the Terriers make this stop on 4th down, that's huge. The Wasps get 6 here. You know it's a different ball game.
There's a lot on the line on this 4th down.
4th down, and
couldn't expect anything less after this tonight.
Nope. 4th down and 4. Oates throws it out here quickly. It's incomplete to McGaffigan. Looked like it was a little behind McGaffigan there.
They had the play they were looking for.
Yeah,
again,
like the throw was just a little behind him.
Yeah.
Yep. A nice little slant play if he hits it in front. Although Goyette did have it covered on the inside there. If he'd thrown it inside, it may not have. Goyette might have got his hand in.
Still would have had the first down yardage, but
you're right because they could have got the first down.
You know, Oates has made so many great throws tonight. You know, you can't fault him for that too much right there. Had his hands on it. Goyette was in position, but you know, you got those of the.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Terriers. About the 5-yard line of their own 5-yard line here. Lisa under center for the Terriers. Power right formation here. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah, Barnett first carry.
Barnett gets a carry up the middle there. Here comes Patty Connors back in the game. Picks up about 2 yards there for Barnett. Going to pick up second and 8.
Brian Barnett on the carry for Bells Falls.
Big time drive situation here for the Terriers. They could really use a chunk play, get out of the darkness of their end zone.
Not just that, Joe. That down and distance we can continue to, talk about so many times. You don't want 3rd and 7. You don't want 3rd and 8.
Right. See what they can dial up here for the offense. It's going to be Bazin coming this way. He's going to be met by just an absolute gang of Woodstock Wasps over here.
Yeah, that's that play they've gone to several times, behind that side of the line, and just wasn't there. Not a lot of push for the Terriers up front.
Absolutely swallowed up right there for Basin. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 here for the Terriers. Big time play. Big time play for the Terriers. They've had big time players step up all season long. Big time
all the
plays.
time.
So who's going to make the big play here? Is where the lineman going to throw a block that springs a guy? We're going to have, Jaden make a guy miss. Patty Connors do it. Here's Basin. Basin running hard up the middle, but he's not going to get there. He's going to be stopped about 4 yards short, so it's going to be a 4th and 4 deep in their own end here. So this is 100% a punting situation for the Terriers with 7:40 to go.
You've done it once today when you were, on your own 2-yard line to give yourself 5 yards, Joe.
Yep.
Hard count right here by the Terriers might get you what you need for a first down.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to go on 2 or 3 here and try to get somebody to bite.
Harper back deep to punt again. Excellent punt by Harper again. Oh, it's dropped out there. Emery manages to fall on it. Went right through his arms. We fell on it smartly. Didn't try to do too much with it once that happened. So nice kick by Harper. Gets the ball out to about midfield for the starting position for the Wasps.
That change of field position, that's what you want, and with the exception of that penalty last time that allowed an extra 15 yards to get them a little closer, Bellows Falls defense has really held up this whole entire second half, and now it's gut check time. 7 minutes, and the clock is, the enemy for both sides at this point.
Absolutely. So we got Oates under center here for the Wasps. 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. Emery in motion. It's going to be a throw out here. It's caught by Blackburn again. Blackburn's caught everything they've thrown his way tonight.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Reed Hill in the coverage right there. How's that Davignon again? It doesn't matter. That little sneak out plays worked all night long.
Absolutely.
And you're in position. That's the thing, is you're letting these guys leak by you. But again, Oates with the throw.
Right.
Oates with the throw.
Another terrific pass, another terrific catch. Blackburn's made a lot of nice plays there.
Oates has put the ball in the hands all night long.
Absolutely. He's throwing a nice ball all night long. 1st and 10 here. 20-yard line for the Wasps. Emery in motion. It's going to be a fit. Oh, it's a ball. Tostrup had a chance, but he didn't get it. So he's still loose. Still loose here.
Oh, Woodstock.
Woodstock manages to get it.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Woodstock.
Boy, going to be 2nd down and long now, though. Oh, a bunch of chances there. Tostrup with the first chance.
He's got about 2nd and 25 here.
Yeah, 2nd and 25 for the Wasps.
This will kind of show you how tough it's been for these guys to handle this ball all night tonight.
So now you got to come up with you don't want to give up this first down at any point here. You want to hold them here.
Well, it's huge, especially with that, the yardage loss on that. Now you're in a position where you can get a sack, you get a tackle for loss, you keep them in front of you, and you got 3rd and 25, and now if you force a punt, it changes the field position even more.
Absolutely.
Because, if you lost that extra 15 yards.
It's a 2nd and 25 here for the Wasps. They're going to run this little inside sweep, and Emery's got it to the house. Boy, they over-pursued on that one.
Yeah, everybody big going the other way.
Yep.
Emery comes back this way.
Right inside of everybody.
Tostrup gets stuck. Perry gets pushed up the field.
Well, that not recovering of that fumble there certainly came back to haunt them pretty quickly.
Well, and to capitalize on it, right? Because that could have been something that, Woodstock hung their head on. We just lost 15 yards, but they don't.
No,
Come back and make a great play call, great run. Good job by the offensive line to block, and they're giving themselves the lead with 5:29 to go.
So Bellows Falls trying to stop the 2-point conversion here, 44-38 in favor of the Wasps. We got Oates out here, hands it right to O'Neill at the shoot. I don't believe, he did get there. Wow, I thought he was tackled short there. I'm going to watch our handy replay here because it looked like he was met. Boy, Even on the replay, I don't see him in there, but the referees were pretty quick on the signal.
Yeah, it was right there. Right?
It looked like it was the shadow short, but
Yeah. Hey, big hit at the goal line.
Yeah.
And
all right, so Bells Falls offense needs to come up with something here, 46-38, but they also got to be able to look out. Emory's, been a weapon with these kickoffs tonight with these line drives. They got to be prepared. They haven't had to do much with the second half kickoffs because they've been in control.
Yeah.
So you can't rest back and just expect him to boot it deep here because
there's no need to. Keep doing what you've been doing. Your squib kicks, your short kicks. Even at this point, you give up a touchdown. You still have command of the clock late, depending on when you get the ball back. So
46-38, 5.5 to go here. Woodstock in front of Bells Falls. Their first points in the second half right there, Nate. Came in at a pretty critical time.
Come on, Green!
So Emory will look to kick off for the Wasps. We'll see what kind of boot he comes up with this time. Just another one of these line drive boots. Oh, it's past Bazin. Bazin picks it up here on the short hop. Makes a cut. Gets out to about the 25-yard line here.
yeah, you feel like maybe
Stuff after the
seven piling on a little bit there.
Like he's down and then you pop him. It's unnecessary.
Hey, big play though. Good, nice tackle. Good pursuit again by Woodstock.
All right, so we have 1st and 10, 5.5 minutes to go. Down by 8 for the Terriers. 75 yards to go.
It comes down to this, right?
We've talked about the endurance of these offensive linemen and these backs all season long. This is where that moment comes, where you've been working for it all year.
Yeah, and again, Woodstock in pretty good shape. The conditioning we've seen from other teams get worn down.
Absolutely.
They've been worn down some, but they're still fighting. I mean, they have the lead with 5 minutes to go.
Absolutely. Lisa under center, 1st and 10. Fakes the pitch out there, gives it up to Stephen James. Stephen's going to pick up about 9 yards. So we're playing first down.
Number 32, Stephen James on the carry for Bellows Falls.
Yeah, I guess I was a little off. I thought he moved a little forward more than that.
About 6.
It's only about 6, not 9.
2nd and 4.
So 2nd and short here for the Terriers. Under 5 minutes to go on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to get anything fancy out of Bellows Falls here. You get what you get, and if they can get down there.
Going to pitch it out to Bazin. Bazin swings it out to the left. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, the pursuit of these Wasps, you can't underestimate it. They're all over him.
Loss on the play by number 2, Asher Emery.
Asher Emery making a great play out there.
Let's go, Green!
3rd and 6 for
3rd and 6 for the Terriers here with only 4.5 minutes to go. So this is probably 4-down territory at this point.
Oh, it absolutely is, and we see Emery out there stretching. He just got the touchdown. He makes the tackle he's cramping up, but this kid's tough.
He's played a hell of a game tonight.
Come on, Green!
So 3rd and about 5 for the Terriers here. Lisa throws it. He's got Goyette out here. Goyette with a catch. Goyette takes off the right sideline. Number 5 for Woodstock saves that's Coffee.
Andrew Goyette.
So great throw by Lisa there. Delivers an absolute strike to Goyette when they absolutely needed it the most.
And I think they had, Goyette in tight on that play too. I don't think he was a slot receiver. So, nice. I said it a little bit earlier. Now would be a time to get that leak up by Tostrup. If you're going to do it, you throw it to Goyette. I mean, right now, Terriers are running no split end on the field. They're just this is what you get.
This is Terriers ball right now. Bazin right up the chute, lowers his shoulders, pushing. Well, they did have a little quicker whistle this time.
That's nice. I think they needed to get a hold of that a little bit, and probably talks amongst themselves again. Great. Bazin is just pounding it. I know.
Picked up about 5 yards there.
I know that no one's really using any timeouts here, but 3 minutes to go. What are you thinking here as a coach, Joe? We need this touchdown. Terriers taking a lot of time in the huddle. You still need to score, right? I know you don't want to give Woodstock a lot of time on the clock, but you still have to tie the game to tie the game.
Absolutely. You got to get down there, and if you get close, maybe you can think about manipulating that clock, but you got to get down there and you got to get the points. Going to be a quick hitter to Connors there. Picks up a first down.
Connors on the carry.
Looking at the line judge there, looks like he's down about the 16-ish yard line, so about a 10-yard gain for Connors. They move the chains.
For a first down.
So Terriers, clock's under 3 minutes here, so you know they're playing Terrier football right now. They're manipulating that clock and just moving them with this offensive line.
These are decisions that people sitting in the crowd don't get sometimes, and it's what do you do? How do you manage it?
Maybe a quick hitter to Bazin. Bazin runs up off the right guard there, picks up another few yards.
Because like I said, we're down to 2 minutes. You still got to get the touchdown.
You got to get the touchdown.
You've still got to get in there. BS still taking too much time. I feel like this play's taking too long, Joe.
Sorry about the 18-yard line now.
We're 20, 25 seconds per play call here. You still got to score.
Still at the 20-ish yard line. 18. So you got some ground to go still. So let's see what we dial up here with 2nd and 5. Lisa under center. Handoff is to Bazin. Bazin lowers his shoulder.
That should be a first down for Bellows Falls.
Looking at the line judge, looks like they're moving the sticks down there.
I wouldn't hesitate if I was Bob right here to call a timeout. Give Bazin a water. He's got to come out the field right now. Not a bad time to burn one. If you can,
a little bit.
You're still ticking. Bazin's coming out of the game. We're running a burn head on. Again, I'm not one to stand here and question anyone's play calling because Bob has been, outstanding for so long.
Absolutely.
I just feel like you're losing a lot of time here. That back judge going to be sticking his hand up. You don't want to delay.
Nope, you're inside the 10-yard line here. Handoff's going to go straight up the chute. It's Patty Connors. We got a timeout here.
On the carry, Bellows Falls.
Looks like Connors picked up a couple yards there.
Down around the 10-yard line.
So we got 2nd and 10 with 1:07 to go, down by 8 for the Terriers. But this is when all those workouts, when I went to that first practice, these guys were all in the weight room in there in Bellows Falls, sitting there with Coach Studley. They were working hard, and this is where all that work, all that weight work, whether it's what's the stuff they do outside with the groups that work with them, or the stuff they do inside on their own. This is where that work pays off.
Yeah, and that's what Ramsey's saying to his guys over here too. Hey, listen, we've been out here since the summer. This is your field. This is your night. This is your time to shine. Don't let this get taken away from you by not making a tackle. Wrap up. Do the things you're supposed to do that we've been working on since July and August on this field and in the weight room and in the gym when it rains. And, this is where it's just a battle. Right. This has been awesome.
This has been a great game here. Hoping for a little bit more. 2nd down, about 8 yards, 9 yards for the Terriers here. Bazin's back out there. The pitch is going to go to Bazin. Bazin's looking to throw it. He's got him. Looks like a touchdown pass to Andrew Goyette from Jaden Bazin.
We saw this a couple weeks ago at Linden. Yep. Same part of the field.
Yep. Bazin with a terrific throw there to Goyette, and Goyette made a couple of nice plays here in this drive to get them going. So now this is the key. You gotta have the 2 points now. Whatever the best play you have for this play, you got to call it now. You've worked on it all year.
I'd be hard pressed to not give it to number 3.
This is one of those plays where I'm sure you've run this play 1,000 times in practice at this point. And you tell them they can run it in their sleep. Bazin with the direct snap. He's off. He's in. 46-46. A minute to go. Unbelievable game right now. 46-46. 1 minute to go. 4th quarter. Bellows Falls is going to have to be strategic on defense, though. We've seen big plays out of this Woodstock offense. But if you're Woodstock, do you want to try to push the ball down the field and risk that interception?
Well, that's it. And I think you do. I think you got to throw it. I think you bomb it down there. Oates has been, on all night long. Yeah. The only plays that have been missed have been some drops.
Yeah. 1 or 2 maybe behind a receiver, but other than that, he's been on point all night. He's probably closing in on 250 yards at this point.
I think so. Absolutely.
And again, the accuracy. And one of the things I've liked that I've seen the poise out of Oates to go both ways, roll both ways. How many ducks have we seen come out of his hand tonight with the wet football? We've seen some fumbles. We've seen tough plays on the kickoffs, but 99% of these throws out of this kid's hand have been perfect spirals.
Yep. Even on the ones where he hasn't had a chance to set his feet, he's been able to get off a nice throw. But Bellows Falls has forced their hand a couple of times here in the second half, so. But unbelievable comeback here from 38 to, 16 to start the second half. We're tied up 46-46. Stevie Johnson with a big
I don't know if I'd have kicked it to that guy.
Emery picks it up off the bounce. And he breaks through a little bit there, gets it up to about 35-ish yard line or so.
You know, we got here. You know, we got here and got to see a little bit of warm-ups today. I don't know, you know, what Woodstock has for a leg that could probably. I mean, they've gone for 2 every time tonight, so we haven't had an opportunity to see them even kick. I'm willing to bet you know, Ramsey might have something up his sleeve. They get it down here to the 20-yard line with a few seconds left, and they got somebody. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Emery. The kid does everything else.
I mean, I can't remember a whole lot on any of the games I've watched of theirs, seeing them kick really any extra points. Oh, that was almost Sal James with a. Saul got his hand on that one, man.
I thought, you know, from where we're sitting here, Joe, I thought Solly was about to walk this thing to the house.
Oh, Saul James he's played a heck of a game tonight. A couple missed tackles early in the first half, but since then
he's really battled. You know, against a pretty prolific passing group here that's done a lot of good things tonight.
He's got his hands on
Solly boy, man, that was close.
He's got his hands on about 3 balls tonight. He's wrapped up all second half here. So
tackling has been what saved them some touchdowns.
Absolutely. So here we are, 2nd and 10. Woodstock running it. A big tackle there by Davignon. 45-yard line with 47 seconds to go here.
I don't know why they're not winding the. There we go.
Clock is wound now. See what we come up with here. Terrier's got to play a little bit of that prevent defense here. You certainly don't want to give it up here.
You know, I almost think Bob needs another timeout here. It looks a little.
It's a throw. Through his hands.
Pass intended for Asher Emery.
Emery's normal.
Well, he's hurting too. He's playing through
he's been cramping up since that 15-yard fumble loss. He's battling. What a tough kid. I mean, this is
a great game tonight.
Unbelievable.
Kid's played a wonderful game. In fact, everyone on this field has played a great game tonight. You can't give enough credit to these two teams out here.
You know, it's a struggle to have him over here right now, but this Emery kid is something special.
Absolutely. Here we go, 30 seconds to go, 46-46. Loss on their 45-yard line here.
We have some.
It's going to be 33 in there, Briar Barnett making the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down. Looks like we have a clock stoppage here. So we got a 3rd and 5 here with 24 seconds to go.
Woodstock will have a 34.
Boy, big moments here.
No, it is. It is.
Not knowing what they have for the field goal legs here, you know, and especially at this point in the game, you haven't tried an extra point, so come out cold, kicking a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, you know, if Emery can get these cramps under control and get back in the game, you know, I
can't put it past him.
Look, we've been on this sideline the whole entire night. You know, this performance by this kid has been one of the better ones we've seen the entire season. You know, and we've seen a lot of great players, a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
You know, the Fairhavens, the Lindens, even our own. You know, Jaden Bazin is, you know, what he is. But and this is, you know, I put him right up this, you know, struggling with the cramps right now, but. You know, what a huge play. We're 3rd and 5 here.
3rd and 5,
you know, this
24 seconds to go here. I mean, you might think they're taking a shot here.
You're going to have a little trap action here, probably. Yeah,
no, that's blown up by 55. That's Haskell blowing that up.
You got to think Bellows Falls calls the time. That's Woodstock called that.
Jake Blackburn.
You know, they might just throw a Hail Mary here. try to chuck it in.
Yeah,
the end
you know,
zone.
it's a tie game. If you do that, Joe, you're
leaves
giving
some
the
time on
field
the clock.
position. You're giving the field
Yep.
position to Bellows Falls with an opportunity with a couple timeouts. So
Absolutely. Not saying it's a smart play, but it might be set up for it.
I would probably punt this and say, let's
I
try
would
to go
think
to
so, too.
overtime,
I would think so too.
which also,
Although
you know, might give.
your punter's having cramps, so that might play into the decision making as well. Although I do see Emery back in the huddle.
Yeah, I think, you know, going for this or trying for something that I just think you swing the field position and live to see another down. Although,
Terriers are going to try to get it.
never know, man.
Terriers are going to try to get it.
This Oates has been unbelievable. And listen, if you throw the deep pass and it doesn't work, you know, you've trusted your defense all night long to make plays. I mean, I know you're at that 50-yard line area.
Right.
With 17 seconds, it doesn't leave a lot of time. But listen, Bellows Falls doesn't need it. It scored two touchdowns, you know, in 30 seconds in the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, I'm not sure the overtime rules in high school football, whether it's sudden death or everyone gets possession or what exactly happens. So Oates is going to roll out. He's going to be sacked or almost sacked there. Kind of throws it away as he's going down. And that was Garrett Haskell again.
A good pressure. You know, Garrett said it.
Garrett Haskell yet again.
What a seesaw kind of game for Haskell today. Great pressures, couple of sacks, forcing Oates out of the pocket. Silly mistakes on plays after the whistle, but I mean, Garrett Haskell's done so many great things for this team all season long.
Absolutely.
And what a better time, and a senior, right? What a better time for him to come up and make his biggest play of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. That was huge. Because they did go for it there on fourth down. And they didn't run a deep one either. So, you know,
Woodstock struggling to get guys out in the field here.
Terriers lined up. Pat Connors in motion. Lisa under center. He's going to throw it out here to Connors. Oh! Great effort. Great effort by Lisa and Connors there.
We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that play since the Springfield game, and
Oh, Patty's down though. No, we have not seen Patty slip out.
that looks like That looks like we got another cramp. Looks like a cramp for Connors. His smile on his face, sitting there.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Unbelievable.
92 points scored out here. 9 seconds to go. Not sure what we've got coming up.
Yeah, I mean, unless, you know, Bellows Falls gets it into a range where, you know, Perry or Joslin, we got Basin split out deep to the left.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get a deep one here.
Oh, Basin fell. Oh, that could have gone badly. Basin slipped over there.
You know, if 5 seconds to go here. You know, we've never really had to see what Lisi has for an arm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If it's easy to coach from the back of this truck, standing next to you, Joe.
Right.
I'm probably taking a knee and going to overtime.
Yeah.
You know,
Whether
basically, you just saw Bazin slip there on that play. Any bad, you don't want to give the game away with 5 seconds to go. You don't have to win it. You had your shot with the college swing out.
But again, we haven't had an opportunity to see Lee Size-Arm. Maybe this is something that he's kind of got in his back pocket where, hey, get that shotgun snap and let's go. Let's heave it down and see what's down there.
And maybe coach has one of those one of those toss plays, the Statue of Liberty style plays that they've worked on. That maybe they call out something like that.
No, we got 4 wide receivers, so they're gonna go for it.
The Weeside throws it out there.
Oh,
good throw.
Hey, good
he
ball.
Had 40 yards on that.
Nice. So he's definitely got it in there.
So now we've got no time left in regulation. So 46-46. Terrific comeback by Bellows Falls from 36-14 down 38-14 or 16. 38-16 is the score at halftime.
Tie game 46-46.
So a complete turnaround here for the Terriers and the Wasps. What a great game between 1 and 2 here.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. When we left and people have asked us all year long, hey, what do you think? What do you think? And today is again one of those days where I'm never going to put it past a guy like Ramsey Worrell that can get the job done. And the seniors.
His team came prepared to play today, 100%.
And I mean, again, this is the eighth game of the year. I mean, Asher Emery's probably one of the best players we've seen.
Yeah. And he's fighting through cramps. He's being stretched out on the field right now. The kid's working hard out here. And, senior night for him, it's a big thing for him. And you're absolutely right. I mean, we've seen a few good players out there, but he has been the best one we've seen to this point on an opposing team.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have liked to have seen Alston a little bit more from Mount Mansfield last week, just because I've heard such great things about him. And they, maybe it was the game plan, or maybe the Terriers just took him out of it, and that was what it was.
Yep.
But yeah, this kid has been something else. And Oates is easily the best quarterback we've seen this year.
The touch,
as far as throwing.
The touch on some of those passes, everything has been pretty good.
You talked about the poise. Like he doesn't seem to be flustered under pressure, outside of maybe the last couple throws here towards the end of the game where the pressure was pretty intense. Haskell got on him.
And that's kind of what we thought might happen a little bit here in the second half as the Terriers, went into that. And came out with that dog pound mentality in the second half here, and have gotten themselves into a position to, to come back and win a game.
Yep.
And now that we're in overtime, 46-46 overtime. This is unbelievable. I mean, you don't leave me speechless too often, right, Joe, but it's not a lot of words to put into this. Guys, player after player, and guy after guy has made plays.
Let's see if I can Google the VPA overtime rules here. Because I don't know if it's sudden death or...
No, both teams will have an opportunity to have the ball. Yep.
You do know that.
Yep.
Okay.
You get the college style rules.
Okay. So get a stop. The other team can win the game.
What it used to be. Okay.
Starting at the 25 or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Out of high school, maybe a little different with starting at the 10-yard line. It's been a little while since I've been at an overtime high school game, and
I don't know if I ever have.
I'm pretty sure this is that college style.
That makes sense. But,
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, If you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.
Bellows Falls, ever glorious. Bellows Falls, to you we sing. Bellows Falls, ever victorious. Your praises ever ring. On the field of conflict, we will fight for the right. We'll be loyal ever to the purple and the white.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast...
All right, we come back for overtime here. My colleague here, Nate had it absolutely right. Both teams will have possession. The Wasps won the toss and will play defense first. The Terriers start off, and both teams start at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we're not going to get anything different here from Bellows Falls. I mean, we don't know how many carries Bazin has at this point, but the hits, the pounding, I mean, he's well over 200, we assume.
Yeah.
You know,
94 on one run.
You know, but this is great.
So Lee sign under center, first and goal. Handoffs to Bazin. He's going to go right up the middle. Picks up maybe 2-3 yards before he.
Bazin on the carry.
They don't get him down, but they stop him. Jaden's running hard tonight, and he was definitely not going down. Looks like about 2 yards.
Stop.
It's a 2nd and 8 here for the Terriers.
Second down.
Yeah, and with no first downs, right? You get 4 downs. It's what you get. You know, that's why, you know, Woodstock won the toss, selected to play defense first. You get a stop. Now you know what you need, right?
Yep.
You need 3 at least.
You can go ahead and try to just go for the win at that point.
You know, but
it's Terriers' second and goal here from about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Patty Carter's back in. Good to see that. I mean, I still don't see why you don't give this to Bazin.
Not sure what we've got. We've got a flag here.
We see where that flag came from, Joe. That's going to be a delay game.
So that's 5 yards back the other way against the Terriers.
Delay of game.
Well, you'd mentioned that a little earlier, that you thought they were being just a little too methodical in and out of the huddles and stuff. And boy, that's a bad time to get that one.
Yeah, I mean, those are just things that, whether it didn't come in quick enough. I mean, it seemed like Lisi had the call. Maybe he saw something he didn't like. You know, who knows? You know, but hey, so second down here now.
Second down, about 13 for the Terriers. Lisi's out throwing the ball. It's going to be knocked away in the corner. He was going for Tostrup, and it's going to be knocked away by. It's going to be knocked away by Woodstock. Looks like it's number 15, McGaffigan on the play there. He almost had the 6.
Yeah.
Or he almost had the pick, not the 6.
McGaffigan broke up the pass.
All right, 3rd and 12 here for the Terriers. Need a very positive play here, because it's certainly, you're looking at 4 downs.
Yeah, that's all you got, right? This is a have to score. I think the Wasp defense shifted. This is going to be a toss to Bazin going this way.
The weak side drops it, pitches it out to Bazin. Bazin breaks the tackle, but they got him. So that's another loss of yardage. Second time we've seen a mishandle on the snap. And boy, the offense here in the overtime was not sharp there for the Terriers.
That's unfortunate. That's
the delay of game.
Those kind of things happen. Yeah, you don't
snap. You don't want them to come out at that point for sure. So Terriers got 14 here.
Yeah, which has got to go to the end zone.
Yep.
You got
to throw for the score.
You got the 4 receivers out here again.
Lisi's back to throw it.
Pick it up. Yes.
It's going to be we got a flag in the end zone.
I think we're going to have interference.
Goyette was surrounded by people, but there's a flag pretty immediately here. Let's see what we've got.
We might have interference on Blackburn right in the back of the end zone.
Blackburn definitely just face shielded and pushed him out.
That's good defense, to knock the pass down, but we'll wait to see the call here from the officials.
But certainly looked like it from where we're looking at the monitor here. Yep, half the distance, so it's automatic first down. Automatic first down for the Terriers.
I'm confused at how pass interference in the end zone still fourth down.
Oh wow, it's a fourth down now. How is that not an automatic first? Every level of football I thought was automatic first down on a pass interference.
Now overtime rules might give you a little different, but Bia.
All right, so we got fourth down here. Basin's out there. He's got the corner. Can he get in?
Oh, what a play by Jaden Basin.
Did he get in? Yes, he did. Saw the signal go up.
The Wasp forced it out there, but look at the reach at the
He gets
end.
his hand out on it. Oh my gosh.
Look at the reach in at the end. Unreal.
What a heads up play right there. 52-46, the Terriers score in the first possession here. The 2-point conversion is absolutely critical. Terriers' first lead since what, 16-14?
Oh, Joe, I don't know what more you want out of a 15-year-old running back, but
absolutely.
Man.
Lisa under center here for a critical 2-point conversion for the Terriers. Back to Basin.
I mean, it's.
I don't think he got there. Nope. So that's a big stop by the Wasps right there.
Falls leads 52-46.
Big stop by Woodstock on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't try to stretch it out a little bit, maybe with Connors right there, but again, the guy's gutting you there. So here we go.
So now we got 52-46 here.
Start on the 10-yard line.
Woodstock's got the ball, got the offense out there. Down by 6 all of a sudden. Terriers defense is going to have to come up with big plays here.
If you had a time for a turnover,
absolutely.
Joe, if you had a time for a tip pass, you know what?
An old son James, he's had his hands on a couple tonight.
You took the words out of my mouth, Joe. This is the time where, you know, that kid who's been so close for so long.
Is this the one he gets both hands on tonight?
Yeah, I hope
just
so.
Been a little out of his reach when they get both hands up. I know his dad's sitting home right now telling him, or even here, just saying, "Get both hands up, Solly. Get both hands up."
I've gotten a couple text messages from Jared that probably I shouldn't read on the air.
O'Neill's going to score right away for the Wasps now. So now comes in a really important play for the Terriers. That was a little too easy for Woodstock. Yeah, just nothing on the outside there. No resistance. Big play now. Oh, looks like they're going to kick. First time tonight we've seen a kick.
That's Emery. You know,
Emery out there. Try to send everyone home here. Strange formation.
The swinging gate formation, they call that, Joe. Yeah.
I'll come running in here. High snap. No good on the kick.
And the extra point attempt is no
He's
good.
definitely got some leg, so you know that's something that
was a hook off that. As a golfer, I can tell you right now, you know, just kind of crossed himself over right there.
we're lucky enough to have the replay right here, and it looked like, you know, Oates gets the snap, and it was, you know, laces kind of towards him a little bit in an awkward position. So
here we go, Nate. Still more football. 52-52.
Unbelievable.
A lot of cold breath out here tonight. See a lot of people's breaths out here. It's a beautiful night out here at Woodstock. Nice field, nice location. First time I've ever been out to this high school. It's a wonderful spot to have sports.
Yeah, great, a good facility. You know, this will be Woodstock now gets the ball first. With Bellows Falls having an opportunity to make a stop.
Yep.
You know, not very productive on that last.
No, they were not.
On that last thing, the last time down there, O'Neill went untouched to the right side. I would look to see a little more resistance from the Terriers right here.
Yep.
All right, 1st and 10 Woodstock.
See if one of the seniors, Garrett Haskell's had a great game. See if he can step up and make another play. Got Oates under center here. Second possession of overtime. Quick out, drop by McGaffigan. A little high. Did get his hands on it, and I can tell you, my old man and your old man would say, well, you got your hands on it, you got to catch him, but that's a tough play.
Yeah, it is a tough play, and that's been the only play tonight, I think, a little bit that Oates has kind of thrown.
Quick.
Yep, but thrown it a little high.
Yeah, didn't really set his feet, tried to get it out there a little quick.
But it's worked, right? And it worked a couple times. Goyette made an adjustment. James made an adjustment to make those tackles and make those plays. And, this is another, every down's a big down. But
absolutely. 2nd and goal here. Oates is rolling out to the right. He's sacked. Oh, wait, no, he got rid of it. So it looks like Jacob Tostrup had him ramped out, but Oates is a big, tall kid, strong kid. He still was able to get it away, even though Tostrup was taking him down.
3rd down.
Almost got it out there to Laramie incomplete. Wow, great throw. Great job by Oates, man.
Yeah.
Longer we get into this night, the more impressive his performance gets, even on the plays that don't go his way. So here we go, 3rd down.
I don't think either one of us are rocket scientists, Joe, but I would assume that Asher Emery's touching the ball right here.
I would think so.
It's not.
It's O'Neill. And he is going to be close.
Just short. Had a BF with a couple missed tackles on that. Had him for just a yard or so.
Right there, right there. 22, Patty Connors kind of broke right through. Patty's hurting though. You can see he's still pulling on the quad on the back there.
Yeah,
that's not the quad, but whatever it is.
There's a little cramp action still going on.
Yeah, he's still tugging at it a little bit. So 4th and about a yard here, Nate. Based on where that yard marker is down there. We're on the opposite side of the field here, so we're going on the line judges down there. Looks like we got about a yard to that pylon. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. Can't really. Not sure. But we haven't seen Emery
Big
yet.
stop for the Terriers right here if they can get it.
Oaks is going to sweep it out to Blackburn. Blackburn is going to get the corner again. Boy, Blackburn's had about 4 scores tonight.
Yeah, I got that outside, a little toss sweep to the outside. Bellows Falls had nothing out there.
And this Blackburn has shown some patience and kind of waiting for those blocks to set up for him. So a big conversion stop here needed for the Terriers.
Yeah, looks like they, Woodstock choose to go for 2 this time by the looks of Oates calling the play. And
you got to stop here, and then you go score, and you have a chance to win the game, but you got to stop the conversion first. Oates under center. He's going to sweep it out here to O'Neill. O'Neill cuts it up. Looks like he's
the same play. Yeah, Joe, this is the 2-point conversion and the couple of touchdowns here is the same type of play. Yep. Coach Dooley's out on the field. He's irate right now, and I don't blame him.
Because it's the same play. You can hear him from here. It's the same play. 60-52 here. Bellows Falls get their second possession of overtime. Yeah, Coach Studley's absolutely fired up over there at this point.
I don't blame him. I'm sure he thought that was coming, and.
I mean, it's the one they scored on in the first play of overtime. Then they got the touchdown there. Then they got the 2-point conversion. So, Coach is saying it's the same play. Same play.
It is. At the same time, again, we've been standing in this truck for 2.5 hours, and these kids have been the ones out there just battling every single play.
They've all laid it all on the line right now.
I mean, I know him because I know him, but for Jaden Bazin to even get out of bed tomorrow is going to be. I'd say it would be hard, but I mean that kid is the best. I mean, he's an absolute machine, and he'll be up and he'll stretch and he'll get loose and he'll be at the farm trying to get better for next week. Absolutely. I promise you that.
Lisa under center here for the Terriers. Oh, actually, he's in the pistol formation here. Going to pitch it out quickly to Bazin. Bazin falls down. So that's going to be a big loss there. So Terriers not a great start to the thing there. Jaden went to make his cut and lost his footing on the left side there. So 2nd and 15 now for the Terriers. or second and goal, essentially.
Yeah, see what they got up their sleeve here. You know, your second and 13 or so here now. It's
4 down territory. You got to have it. It's going to be Bazin out wide left. Emery, that looked like a horse collar tackle too.
I think maybe he got him by the shoulder pads, but you got to get somebody out there to make that block.
Yep, shoulder pads. All right, so we got third and still 14, 15 yards here.
You know, and again, he's still fighting for every inch, but you gotta think Basin's running on steam. Better time to use Patty Connors right here.
So we got third and 15. Lisa in the pistol formation, looking to throw it. He's throwing it out to the left.
Pass intended.
Looked like they tried to sneak it out to Connors.
Connors broken up by McGaffigan. That'll bring up 4th and 15
Yep.
for Bellows Falls.
Good defense by Connors there to knock the ball away from McGaffigan, give him another chance here. Well, this is the play, Nate. Comes down to this one.
Any magic left in there? Let's see what they got. I mean, a hard-fought game, both sides.
Absolutely.
You know, this has been just unbelievable to watch for us tonight, and you know, hopefully there's one piece of magic left in here for the Terriers.
Declan Lisi under center. Throws it. He's got Gouliat. Oh, he can't quite get it.
Short.
Well, what
Wow,
a game,
what a ball game.
60-52 in double overtime. The Terriers' undefeated season no longer a thing. We'll be looking for playoff seeding for next week now. I don't know what this does to the playoff seedings. I know they get points in Vermont based on like playing Division II schools and such like that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could catch the Terriers based on some of those Division II wins that they had earlier this year. So this will, but this will help. Woodstock be the 2 seed instead of the 3 seed, so now you have to play, Mount Abe's going to come here, the team's going to come here,
right.
Versus them having to go on the road for that other game. So, huge win for them.
Huge win for them. Great game for both teams. They both laid it on the line. You can't say enough about the effort they put out.
The heart and soul for the Terriers to just battle when they could have folded. I hope I see this again in about 3 or 4 weeks, Joe.
Yeah, me too.
I hope so.
This was a great game. Up in South Burlington, I think is where I read the finals will be. So tough night for the Terriers. Great night for the Wasps here tonight. But once again, Nate, great job. Great working with you tonight. Look forward to hopefully we're calling the playoff game this week.
Yeah, let's hope so. Probably looks like a home game with Windsor. But you didn't get the undefeated season you wanted, but you got to be proud of this team and what they've done and how hard they battled, and let's hope we would see each other, maybe Thursday night at Hadley Field.
And when the real season starts.
Yeah.
All right, Nate, thanks for your coverage tonight. Will, thanks for your coverage tonight as well for Fact TV and Tech Gym Sports. Thank you for joining us. Till next time.
This Bellows Falls Union High School sports broadcast is brought to you by Falls Area Community Television, serving Southern Vermont and Keene, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank the community members who donated, making this broadcast possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of high school sports and other local events in your town, then go to fact8.com and click the donation button. This broadcast will begin shortly. The Bellows Falls Union High School Booster Club needs your support. Check out their Facebook page to get updates. Players and family members, if you want a highlight reel created, then contact Tech Gym Sports. For more information, go to techgym.net and fill out a request.